shit. Yo, guys, what? Hey, guys, it's the kid. What up? We're here. Welcome to this live show. We're just gonna break down a few things, man. Remember, I'm giving you that content crack. We're gonna give you the latest live transfer news to see what is going down. So let me just tell you what we're gonna talk about. We're talking about Tchouameni to Real Madrid. Big deal. And I wanted to actually have a real honest conversation about Tchouameni because I want to refer to a particular comment that someone made on YouTube with regards to how much is paid for the talent and whether talent has actually declined pertaining to those high value targets. So we'll talk about that. Lewandowski, what's going down? Hopefully Puya can comment. Puya, if you're out there, I sent you the DM. Please comment because we have to really try to get into the nitty-gritty and really understand the dynamics of this whole Lewandowski deal of an unhappy player, replacements, and so forth. We're going to talk about Ousmane Dembele, what's going on with Ousmane Dembele, Renato Sanches to AC Milan. So guys, remember, man, like the vid. Please like the vid. I really appreciate it. It helps to boost up the algorithm merchant stuff of the video. And also as well, this is also very key as well. Send me those stops. The super chats is how I can put stuff up here in the rafters. The super chats is what helps me to get better lights, better cameras, and better equipment, so I can give you guys the best possible content crack out. And trust me, there are new jerseys coming through. I think I'm going to put up the Henry jersey very soon as well. So, I welcome my Coolio panel. Your boys Ricardo and Osasuna. Ricardo, I am going to force it to come on camera, bro. You can't keep hiding.
Maybe not today, but
okay,
soon.
Wait. Are you like a female where like, oh my gosh, I've got like my hair has to be done, my makeup has to be done, and also I mean,
no,
bro, I haven't even showered today, man. I just came on.
Oh god, no, my room is hella dirty right now. To be honest, I wasn't even home yesterday, so I didn't get a time to clean this place up.
Okay. Oh no. Well, so no, because trust me, I want a face reveal of for everybody apart from Duja, man. So
I want to see Z-Man. That guy's a mystery.
I still think he's white, but when we're doing like FIFA Pro Clubs, he said, "Oh, I'm from Somalia," and I was like, "Okay, fine," but you sound so white. But then it's the same thing with RDS. RDS sounds very white, extremely white.
Do you think so? I don't. I think he's like. I think I'm the way I think how he looks like is probably pretty accurate. The way he looks like.
Who RDS?
Yeah, RDS.
But did you hear him? Come on, when you heard it, because. This is me, and he's actually in Nigeria. When I heard him, I was like, "Oh, no, this guy's like a white English, 100%." Not for a second did I think he was black, because his accent just. That's obviously the whole thing of assimilation and so forth. There are those guys who assimilate so well. Because I could have had that, but because of racism, I said no. I'm not gonna.
You know what I generally think it is when I look at that character he has on his picture.
Yeah,
it kind of made me think that he was black. Already.
Oh, sorry. So maybe you didn't see him because before he just had like a general badge. He didn't have
not before.
Yeah. So actually, okay. So before we even go into this whole Tchouameni thing, England and Germany. I mean, I watched bits of the game.
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir. Oh, please go for it.
What is going on with your beanie?
No, what?
What's going on with your beanie?
It's lining up with his hairline.
Like, I don't understand what's going on.
So this is actually, and shout out to my sister, man. Because obviously it gets super cold where I am. It's like a neck thing that basically makes your neck warm. But I pretty much put it on my head. So basically, so if you see, like, you can actually see like it's like a whole thing there and so forth.
You have to let the scalp breathe.
Yeah. No, because look, I couldn't find like my baseball cap and stuff to say, look, because I'm not coming on here until I go bald. So you guys are not going to, these clowns are not going to insult my hairline. So let me just put something on my head so these idiots don't.
Oh wait, do you have hair going back?
No, my hairline is trash. Hence why I'm asking Terry to go to Turkey so I can get this whole hair transplant and so forth, because I actually think I actually want some hair back, so
okay.
Yeah, so it's actually, Ricardo, can you change that to AVI? Because it just gives me some.
How long has that been your AV? I genuinely thought that was you.
Well, since we're talking about
that's
since we're talking about the ooze.
Yeah. Okay, go for it. Wait, is that the ooze or is that you?
No, that's the ooze.
Those are core.
That's actually Usman Dembele. Pull up the
Is it
picture.
really?
Yeah, pull it up. Pull it up.
Oh my! Oh! All this time, I thought that was you.
Nah,
So
man.
then, when you then said that, oh yeah, you have olive skin, I say, what do you mean by olive skin? Like, unless that's like horrible lighting, bro. I saw you and so.
Bro, I thought that was
Oh,
Juju Man's
I
AV.
thought that was you. Oh, so it's that's the ooze. Oh wow.
I thought that was Juju Man. I
No,
thought Juju Man was that
Oh
his
no,
AV.
Juju Man just looks like.
Juju Man's a young Ronaldo.
Okay.
Which one?
No,
There's
but-
R9.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. But before we go to the main thing, like England, Germany. I mean, did you guys? Because I viewed a bit to the game, bro. Guys, neither of those guys are doing anything at the World Cup.
Wait, let me see. I didn't even know that they were playing each other.
They finished.
Oh, they drew. Nice,
Yeah,
good job.
I mean, look, Nations League, guys. No one cares about this. Whole
I'm
Nations
telling
League
you,
Bro,
I'm telling you,
Nations
the
League,
players
man.
don't care, man. The players do not care.
Oh no, hell, look, De Bruyne actually came out and said that we just had a long season and you won't just show us this. Like, of course, we don't care. So if the players cannot give 100%, why should the viewers care? So it's pretty
What is a Hoffman?
glorified friendlies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where he plays, but basically these are pretty much glorified friendlies. That's all they are. So, all right, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. So, let me put my stream marker up here. Now someone said something on this whole YouTube on my YouTube thing about Tchouameni. So first of all, so it's confirmed they got the man. Tchouameni is headed over to thingy, and why I like what was so interesting was PSG offered more. They offered more money, and he said no. Real Madrid is where I want to go to. So at 22 years of age, he understands the importance of football heritage and the importance of moving to Real Madrid and succeeding there. And again, you look at Valverde, you look at Vini, you look at Falamendi, Camavinga, so forth. The future is bright. The future is really, really bright for Real Madrid. But I want to come to Osasuna with this because someone said something interesting. And I think he said that, okay, look, I don't want to hate or so forth. Actually, let me even read the comments that the person said because he was really alluding to the quality of the player. So he was like, okay, this is all good, but have talent actually fallen with regards to players who cost a really high amount, man? Let's see whether I can actually find the whole thing, man. Because see, my thing is, I saw clips of Tchouameni, and the guy looks good. And I can understand what they're getting in a Tchouameni because what you're getting is an all-round talent. And with regards to an all-round talent, and remember, midfield is very key. That's midfield three of KCM, they're getting older. And because they're getting older, you need someone to pretty much come in and pretty much refresh that whole midfield. But what the guy was saying is 80 million euros. It goes to 100 million euros for add-ons and so forth. He's thinking that this player isn't worth 80 million. And when you look at back in the day, whether it was a Zidane, when Figo moved, obviously when Cristiano moved to United and so forth, 70, 80, 90 were for truly high-tier marquee players who were seen as amongst the best players in the world. But then I responded to him by saying that the world has changed. Football has changed. And you have to keep up with the times. How many Modric's, Javis, Pirlos are there right now? None. Like, right now, tell me, how many peak Modric's, peak Pirlos, peak Javis are there, like, very highly skilled footballing
I can think of
midfielders?
one, Bernardo Silva.
He's not a
No.
central midfielder.
I would say
in the
He
strict sense of
can't.
the
I
word.
mean, he played the second half of the season in central midfield in the double pivot with Rodri. So
Does he control the game the way that Pirlo, Javi, and Thingy does?
I mean,
as in
it's
controlling
not
the
really
game from
him that's
midfield?
controlling the game, but Man City do control the game.
That's
yes.
the thing. It's Man City. So, but Javi, it's reliance on Javi.
Okay, I
to
can think
control
of
the game.
another one, Mason Mount.
wow.
Okay, so no, the closest is Marco, but the thing that always counts against Marco is Uber Eats tax. But really, but apart from Marco, there are no other midfielders like Thingy, and football has changed in which this young player who is multifaceted and so forth. That's what you need to buy. That's what you need to get, and you need to readjust yourself to where football is right now, rather than where you think football was, because it may come back in another 5-year cycle, but we're now in a cycle where we don't have that many superstars. How many truly flamboyant players are there right now? No, not that many.
Not many, but
So,
I would say that, for example, the first example you gave about midfielders that are like they shine, but like if we're being honest, like Xavi, Modric, they weren't really like they grew into their stardom. They weren't star boys from the start. Like Modric, he was playing in Croatia and then he moved to England. And it wasn't until he got to Real Madrid, the second season specifically, where he started to shine because his first season at Real Madrid, he got some bad headlines. And Xavi wasn't perceived as this great talent when he came
mm,
out of Barcelona. You can say the same thing for Iniesta because Iniesta wasn't always all that.
I
It
mean, bro,
wasn't
the way Zeman and Abdul talk about them,
uh,
man, it
well,
looks like they were stars when they came out. So, hey,
No, but that's the reality, right? It's like if we're being honest, like there's more hype around Pedri than Iniesta ever was, and Pedri is a lot of people say he's the carbon copy of what Iniesta was. So these guys didn't actually, they weren't like the Messis of midfielders. They weren't the Cristiano Ronaldos of midfielders. Like they actually had to earn their stripes to be perceived the way they were perceived. I say, other than Pedri, the guy who really that I remember that was getting a lot of praise was Paul Pogba when he was first at Juventus. There was a massive hype around him. So it's very rare, but I think midfielders in general is a very mature position. So you don't really get that level of hype unless you're incredibly outstanding, which in these cases is very rare.
also talk to me.
it's not even a thing of flair central midfielder because Tchouameni isn't a central midfielder. He's a defensive midfielder. His highest quality attribute is his defense and his tackling.
So he's replacing
Tackle and success rate.
he's replacing Casemiro then.
He's going to be our future Casemiro. Yes.
Okay.
How old is he again? He's
22.
20,
22.
22.
So it's going to be
He does
2023 next year.
It does only. What I would say is that it does a little bit clash with Casemiro because I think Casemiro can still play for us. What we can do though is play a little bit more defensive with a double pivot of him and Casemiro, and then have Modric because I think Kroos is more going to be a situational player next year, or maybe we play or Kroos or Modric, one of the two, because I don't think with older they're getting, like we already saw in that final, Modric was having a senior moment, right? And Casemiro was getting overrun, and Kroos was the only one like trying to do something in that first half. So it's a thing of we are really struggling when the game gets fast paced, and the game is just getting faster and faster paced as years go on, just because of the physical nature of the game becoming higher.
You have to readjust.
And while we can make a slow game, we need to adjust to be able to play those fast games. We need to not only rely on our strength, we need to also build on our weakness. And our weakness is that fast-paced game. And Tchouameni and Casemiro in a double pivot would really help when it comes to fast-paced games and mopping up in that area where Alaba and Rudiger would get more exposed normally if we just had Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos. I think we will see less of Modric next season. We will see less of Kroos. I think he does.
But then who steps into the Modric role if you're saying he isn't the Modric role? Is that Camavinga?
We don't need anyone yet. We have Kroos and Modric. We have the two. We have the two right now. We don't have anyone that will step into that Modric role. Camavinga isn't. He can play that role. And actually, I think that he might be the guy to take up that role in a couple of years, but he still needs to learn. I think when he starts, I saw him start a couple of games for us, and a lot of times he would struggle. He would get out. He would have the same problem as Modric. He would get overrun in the midfield. He was too sloppy, too nonchalant, right? So I think
because it takes time. Because even when you look at Modric at Tottenham was amazing, but then as he grew, because that central midfield position, especially the one that Modric plays, where the way the midfield functions relies upon you and how you transition from midfield to attack, that's the thing of decision making those right decisions, especially under pressure. That comes through experience.
And Camavinga is only 19. That's the problem.
He's 19.
When he gets older, he can play that position. I believe he will be that replacement. But for now, we need to stick with Valverde as a sort of more energy player. I think in the next 2 years, we are going to be a very industrial, mechanical team. Not so much about flair.
But to the point, do you think that 80 million euros, possibly 100, you're overpaying? It's too much. It's too much hype. Or do you look at he's the ceiling of him and the potential of him is why you're paying that much?
Yeah, I think that he is definitely worth that price. Just with, I mean, if Harry Maguire is worth 80 million, Tchouameni for 80 million is a steal. Like right now, the transfer market because of PSG has been so roughed up that pretty much if you get, he's 22. He has one of the best performing defensive midfielders in Europe right now. Even if he plays in Uber Eats, his performances for France show otherwise that he actually can do it on the highest stage. So that's why I think 80 million, it's worth it, right? We had a whole 200 million that we were going to spend on Mbappe. So hey, we have another 120 million that we still can use just from that one transfer. And in my opinion, we needed a Tchouameni more than we needed an Mbappe because we have Mbappe, right? Well, we have someone in this position. He's 21. He's a Vinicius. He's there, right? We have someone there. He wants to start every single game. Tchouameni is not going to want to start. Well, he obviously wants to start every single game, but he's not going to be doing that. He's going to be more coming in and relying on maybe sometimes he plays in that double pivot. Maybe sometimes he'll replace Casemiro, and sometimes he will learn over this season, and then next season he can really start coming into the team. I think this is a solid transfer.
The fact that he chose Real Madrid over PSG and so forth, I think he gets the deal because I think he understands that, oh no, I've got to play the long game here. I'm 22. These guys are what, 37, 34, 35, and so forth. So I'm happy to come in, come out, come in, come out. But I just think it is really interesting that PSG were prepared to offer more money. And then he said no to PSG because that's PSG. That is in France. So you're staying in your comfort zone. You're staying within France and so forth with guys that you know, and you're also guaranteed trophies. You're not guaranteed. No, now it's far more likely you are guaranteed trophies with PSG than with Real Madrid because again, if Barca re-up and buy a few guys, who knows? If let's say buy a few guys, so Real Madrid, it is more a dead set that PSG will win Uber Eats next season than Real Madrid will win La Liga next season. So the fact of the matter is that you are giving up, staying in your comfort zone, giving up a guaranteed Uber Eats trophy, and you're going to Real Madrid knowing where you're going to have to pretty much fight to break into the team and come off the bench, shows you why, this is purely a footballing decision. Purely a footballing decision. Ricardo, talk to me, man. Tchouameni.
Yeah, man. Like, this is a great signing in my opinion. I think with the price tag, you won't really know until how he performed because if he doesn't, if he's not really what the hype is, then yeah, you've botched 100 million or whatever the case is. But personally, I think he is worth it because he's only 22 in the position he plays in. You can go up to 32, 33. So you're paying over a 10-year period. So it's not even like an insane price
Wing
tag.
needs to relax. Wing needs to relax.
No,
So
come on.
Wing is always on one, man. No, but with Tchouameni, man, like I've watched a few of Monaco's game because I actually watched League on more this season because of Messi's transfer. But I mean, the Monaco games I've really watched were the games against like Marseille, Lyon, like the more known French games. What I've noticed about Tchouameni is that he's not really a Casemiro replacement. He's not the same profile as a defensive midfielder. This guy is more of a box-to-box midfielder.
There we go. That's what I was thinking.
Because
it's all in. So what is it?
But he's not very. But he shares the same weaknesses. He's not very press resistant. He's not. He carries the ball a lot, but he loses the ball also a lot.
No.
Yeah.
But my thing though is that when I looked at the YouTube highlights of him and so forth, I saw him making passes in the final third, carrying the ball, tackling, winning the ball. So I'm like, oh no, this guy can cover all the ground. Whereas for Casemiro, it's really stay there. But this guy,
that's because that's his highlight reel. Like he loses if you watch him.
Yeah,
no, but
I'm saying like I can only judge based on what I actually see. I get YouTube can make anybody look world class, but based on what I've seen, based on what I've seen, the guy he goes forward quite a lot. Like because you don't see Casemiro go forward so much, whereas where Tchouameni he does, and like it's worth the gamble in my opinion because when we're looking at the next generation of midfielders from Real Madrid, which will be obviously Tchouameni, Valverde, and Camavinga, all three have a very similar profile, and I see it trending towards modern football. They're very physical, they're workhorses, and they're pretty big guys for their ages. And I think that's where, there's going to be some questions because, in my opinion, when I compare the young three to the current three they have, I don't see this midfielder, the future of this midfielder being the most technical in that sense. However, they're still young, so they could add to the game. We don't know where it's headed, but because when I look at guys like Modric and Cruz in specific, right? Cruz has never been anywhere near athletic.
Oh
Modric,
no.
Modric is a very small guy. He's like 5'7", I believe. They can't rely on their physical attributes the same way Casemiro can. But these guys are incredibly technical players. They have incredible passing range. Modric is an exceptional dribbler, passer, shoot that he can shoot from the midfield. They like this. That was a very technical midfield, while Casemiro was your classic defensive midfielder, his destroyer. But with these three upcoming guys, I don't see them as your stereotypical destroyer or your technical player. They're very similar in three profiles, which I guess if you have three midfielders who are high rate workhorses, it's not necessarily a bad thing. For example, with Camavinga, like he's a very I like Camavinga because he has very good ball retention. He's not bad going forward, but I don't think they're of the highest quality going forward, which doesn't surprise me because I think with the way the game is heading, a lot of
athletic.
A lot of the game, the creativity comes from the wing. So whether it's your fullbacks or your wings, and Vinicius to me is one of the best creators because he can always beat a defender, lay off a pass, and I think that's what they were looking on the right wing.
I mean, look, when Liverpool won the Liga, then when they won the Champions League, they literally had a Brexit midfield.
Hey, are you saying that Real Madrid is going to have a Brexit midfield now?
No. Oh, look, Camavinga, Tchouameni are far better, I think, and more talented than, let's say, Fabinho and Milner and Henderson on the ball.
Yeah,
for sure. But all I'm saying is that, which is the point that Ricardo is making. The way that the game is right now, back in the day, you did it in number 10. Bro, James and Ozil can't fit into any team. So, as he said, look, Trent had the most assists in the Premier League this season. Salah had the second most assists. So your creativity, as Ricardo said, is coming from the wing backs and the inside forwards. Midfield, just be functional.
Because I think, like, for example, for like Mendy, right?
Or striker.
I think Mendy, he's actually a really good going offensively. I think his best attributes are defensively, but I think going forward, Mendy's actually not bad. They're trying to find somebody who could replace Carvajal, which, would have been someone like Hakimi, who's a very offensive fullback, but it looks like I don't think he's ever going to go back to Real Madrid. And they're trying to find another creative right winger, which whoever that may be. But I think overall, Tchouameni is a fantastic signing for Real Madrid, and it's going to be interesting who takes what position. But then again, I'm always a believer when you have players such as Modric or Toni Kroos or even Casemiro, whatever, like in Barcelona sense, your Suarez, your Neymar, your Messi's, Xavi, like there are certain types of players you just cannot replace. You just have to go with a new idea, and trying to replace Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro as a midfield trio can actually be a mistake.
You can't.
So
no,
we'll see how it goes.
There isn't a Modric. There isn't a young Modric or Kroos in the world right now. There isn't. It doesn't exist. So let's take some debates, man. Let's take some debates. Sorry,
I think also we are. Yeah, I think also we are. I think that also confirms the signing of Ray J in the coming seasons.
Okay, maybe you didn't hear me properly, so I'll maybe try and say it slowly. Ray J is staying at Chelsea.
Tarby!
Tarby! Is going to keep in, and we're going to talk about Torby with the Oos. Man, I almost just one throat. Case Elsie, this loser who supports Barcelona. Elsie says 100 mil for French rice. Inflation is insane.
French rice.
Casey, worry about Braithwaite. Worry about Braithwaite and worry about twerking.
Why would you worry about that guy? That guy is funding the club.
No, I said no. Hence why they need to ensure that he's kept happy because yes. Patrick, Tchouameni, Valverde, Camavinga will be a scary trio. I suppose scary in an effective sense. Because this is what I said. Look at how key Camavinga was in the UCL run, specifically in the second against Chelsea. Who shot stroke cross led to Vini scoring? It was Valverde. So that goal in the final came through to young players. Obviously, it was the old dude in Modric who gave it to the young dude in Valverde, who then gave it to the young dude in Vini. So the young guys are already saying what's up for Real Madrid. So the future is bright. Link, Oos to CFC is done. I can bet my big balls. Tad B, we're going to talk about it. Wait, hold on. We're going to talk about this because I want you to relax. HH, Do you date white or black? Do you like tea, black or white? Thank you, Mommy, for the dub. Thank you forever.
What
Thank you
is
for the dub.
his
Thank you. Bye.
profile pic?
Dajo RF, Rudiger thieves, Tchouameni, hashtag Zad swap. Yeah, I don't know. Congrats on getting Tchouameni and Rudiger.
Why would we want Havertz? Havertz is not.
I don't know about those two dudes though. Like
I know about one of them. Havertz, I don't think so.
Also, so now you guys are not getting. What makes you think that Reece James would leave Chelsea? He's an academy product. He loves London. He loves Chelsea. We're building a whole new team. Why do you think he would leave? I get it. I get when Real Madrid call and so forth. But he's a Chelsea. It's like, why would Pedro leave Barca? When you're a guy through and through and he came from the academy, why would you want to leave?
Well, there is a thing called football heritage that you love to talk about.
That doesn't apply to Queen Lizzie. Queen Lizzie tax is higher than football heritage. That's how many English players leave England?
The thing is, Queen Lizzie tax is going to have to drop because at a certain point with this war going on, prices are going to go so high that the taxes will have to go down. Otherwise, she's going to get complaints from the public.
Okay. Shout to the list, man. Alex B. UCL prize money 155 mil. Tchouameni price 80 mil. Wow, man. No. Look. I think I read something. Is it like he has 352 to spend? How much was it? Also, no. Was it how much do Real have? Is it 350 or 300? How much do Real have to spend?
It was 350.
Less than what Pepe spent at Man City.
There we go. Dajo RF, man. Thank you for the Dajo, man. Thank you, bro. Why would Tchouameni go to Mbappe FC, where if he doesn't pass it to Mbappe, he might be benched for the next game? Hashtag killing it. No, look, Tchouameni, I think he made the right decision. I believe he made the right decision because PSG is too much of the easy move. And I told you, no offense to LSG fans, no offense, but it's a holiday camp. Let's keep it real. It's a holiday camp. Namdi Nwajide says, I think Kamavinga's offensive ability is very underrated. I think in time it can show. No, look. He's 19. He's 19, so, bro, like, Modric wasn't saying what's up until, like, he was in his mid-late 20s. So there's a lot of time to grow before he can really say what's up. So the fact that he's even in and around the team at 19 years of age is already a testament. Dude is young. Mommy Us. Okay. All right. Mommy Us, thanks for that, bro. Also, no, please don't respond to that. Please don't. Just ignore your verse without comments. Let's keep it moving. And just in time. Yeah, just in time.
What up?
Now, I will not reference the voice notes because I think that kids watch this show, so I'm not going to reference the voice notes. But before we actually go to the whole thing, because actually giving some, but I want you to get your thoughts on this though. Tchouameni to Real Madrid, 80 million euros, possibly 100 million euros. Do you think Real overpaid for him? Do you think he's worth the hype, or do you think it is worth the price based on how young he is and his potential?
I do think it's overpriced, but most players are overpriced these days anyway. So that's just the name of the game and the name of the market. But I mean, I haven't seen much of him play, but if he's anything like Camavinga, Real Madrid have Camavinga and this guy for the future. So Real Madrid's future in the midfield, if he's just as good as Camavinga, I hear he's better than Camavinga. If it turns out to be like that and he could perform at the levels Real Madrid need him to, Real Madrid, and I don't know, whenever they officially let go of Modric, the Kroos, and Casemiro era, they're pretty set because they also have Valverde as well. Yeah.
All right.
Funny because the lighter skinned guy is the one that's the most pace and power.
All right, look, man. Let's not get racial. Let's now roll, man. All right, we're here. You see, this is a tricky one. Let me even bring up the screen, man. This is a tricky one because I don't even know how we got here. So let me just give my general understanding, and I'm going to hit it to Puyo, who I'm sure will have more detail upon this. So, for Lewandowski, I want a new contract. Cool. Okay, I want a new contract. Yeah. We're trying to go for Haaland, but we're not actually telling you that we're going for Haaland because we actually believe that Haaland is next in line. He's younger, you're older. We fail to get Haaland. Haaland goes to Man City. Lewandowski fans are, oh wait, so the reason why you didn't give me a new contract was because you were trying to go in for Haaland. At least you could have actually told me and put all your cards on the table so I could now make a decision. So you were sort of walking behind my back. And I just think that whether it's I'm old, I get it. It's in bad faith based on how much I've given to you because I am one of your favorite strikers of all time. So I want to leave. Everybody has their right to be unhappy. Everybody has their right to leave. Okay, you don't have to be happy wherever you are. But Lewandowski also has to accept as well that we don't have to sell you, especially if you don't get a replacement. It would be stupid from a footballing sense for Bayern to sell Lewandowski if they don't have a replacement. So it gets tricky. We don't live in a world of strikers. And this goes to the point that Ricardo made previously. You can't replace Lewandowski. But what you need is somewhat of a replacement, but you have to now move in a whole different direction, which is where the whole Sadio Mane thing comes through. There isn't another striker like a Lewandowski that exists. So a like for like isn't happening. So I would have thought that my thinking is if Bayern get a Sadio Mane, that's where we go. But in the event that they don't, I think this is bad for both parties. Because if Lewandowski stays, he's not going to be happy, and he's pretty much just going to waste a year of his career playing at a place where he doesn't want to play. And remember, he's old, so at his age right now, every year counts. For Bayern Munich, specifically for Nagelsmann, that's what I always say. As a manager, you never keep an unhappy player. You can have Messi, Ronaldo, Zidane, or whatsoever. If that superstar player is unhappy, you're not going to get the best out of him. So this is actually bad on Nagelsmann because it could actually upset the equilibrium and the mood of the dressing room, keeping an unhappy player, even though it's Lewandowski. So if I'm Nagelsmann, I'm like, guys, if this guy doesn't want to be here and he says he's unhappy, please, let's sell this dude and let's try and get another dude as soon as possible. And even if we can't get, and here's where the whole thing goes through. If we can't even get a replacement, if I'm Nagelsmann, I'm like, let's just sell, bring in the money, I'll figure something out. Because this is not going to be, and especially as well, this is even much more important. This is a young manager. Nagelsmann is younger than Lewandowski. So it's going to be it would even be tough for a experienced manager, but for such a young manager like Nagelsmann to have to cope with an older superstar player who is unhappy, I don't know how he'd basically start the whole dressing room. So it could be really, really bad for Bayern. So in my view, when you do that math, I think all the cards are in Lewandowski's hands. Because Bayern can put their foot down and say, no, you can't say what we want. If you don't have a replacement, you're going to stay cool. You keep him, you screw over Nagelsmann. Because an unhappy superstar for a young manager, that spells bad. Because Nagelsmann will not be able to cope with it. And it will mess up the dressing room and will now affect performance on the pitch. Puya, talk to me, man. I mean, whose side are you on? Lewandowski thing, whose side are you on? I mean, where you are with this whole thing?
This is weird because it's just all parties have messed up in this situation, and that's the most frustrating thing as a Bayern fan. Like, I mean, Lewandowski hasn't messed up as much, but you know, the statements he's coming out and saying is it's basically for like 80% of Bayern fans, at least the ones on Twitter, like their opinions on him have 180'd and they're like saying that like, oh, what a World Cup goal. Oh, Suarez was always better, this and that. But from the Bayern side, and first of all, I want to say like, this isn't surprising to me because I don't know how anyone else didn't notice, but after the CL knockout against Villarreal, and in the last 3-4 games of the season, the guy was just non-existent. It's like he didn't care. He wasn't chasing balls. He just like every time he just always shrugging his shoulders like this. Like, we're not really playing how we're used to seeing him play for Bayern, especially in the last 2 to 3 years. So I knew that he wanted to leave. It was so obvious to me. But the frustrating thing for how our club has dealt with this is that, they just weren't really, there was no one was being upfront. Lewandowski never made it upfront to them that he didn't like that they were talking to Haaland until now. The club didn't let Lewandowski know, like, oh, hey, we're looking for the future, like every club should, Real Madrid will have to do the same. And for however long Benzema keeps this amazing form of Real Madrid have to do the same. You know what I mean? Every top team will have to. So they weren't upfront with Lewandowski with their intentions. So Lewandowski was left frustrated because he's, like you said, he's in the situation where he feels like he's just being used as a pawn, as a backup. He's like, okay, if you guys don't get Haaland, then you're like, okay, well, we have Lewandowski. Well, it should really be in his mind, and in my mind too, is like we have Lewandowski, who's still in the peak of his powers right now. We still have him in his peak of his powers. Haaland should just still be in the back burners, an afterthought. Another frustrating thing for me is with the Haaland talk is you've upset Lewandowski and you've created this uncomfortable situation when Bayern never ever, even if Haaland wanted to join Bayern, we did not have the funds at all to bring him in anyway. So why were we even flirting with Haaland so much? And that's just the ineptitude of our sporting director, Hassan Salihamidzic, is like he's making too many mistakes. And this isn't the first one for Lewandowski. Alaba forced him to move away. Thiago said he wanted a new challenge, but Thiago went away for very similar reasons. You know what I mean? We let
Sorry, but I think to your point, I think there's an arrogance, especially from Salihamidzic. I think what he assumed was, hey, let's look at past results and so forth. The Dortmund guys always come to Bayern. And it's also what's going to happen. But he didn't factor in, well, what if Haaland is a different kind of a Dortmund player and what he wants to do? I think his assumption was Dortmund players always want to come to Bayern. Dortmund guys always want to be in Germany. So it was that arrogant assumption that they felt that, oh, we're going to get Haaland. Oh, it's a done deal. But that arrogance, it pretty much blew up in their face. So now you've now created this situation due to your arrogance.
Yeah. And then the other frustrating thing for me is now that Lewandowski, he said what he said. You can't take it back. Like, that's truly how he feels. And I kind of got the sense from his body language on the field and everything that, he wanted to leave. But our club has continued to come out even after these statements and saying, because we seem to be in the front running for Mane. They keep coming out and saying, "Oh no, next year we're planning to have Lewandowski and Mane." Dude, the guy wants to leave, and with a situation like this, if Mane comes in, I truly believe if Mane comes into Bayern, I think Nagelsmann will try to attempt to do kind of what Pep Guardiola has been doing with Man City the past couple of years, is spread out the goal scoring. Now, we'll see what happens if Lewandowski leaves this summer. And that's the thing. I literally don't know if Lewandowski is going to leave or stay, because I know Bayern. The Bayern board. These guys are stubborn.
Yeah.
Lewandowski is also stubborn.
No. Because my thing is that it's like a sense of pride. You can't, because Bayern will feel that, oh, if we sell you, that means we lost, you won. So we're giving to Lewandowski. And Bayern, it's almost like but it's almost like they say, no, you know what? We are going, even if it makes us look bad, and not even look bad, even if it's actually detrimental to us footballing wise, we can't be looked to look weak as opposed to a player. But I still believe that, because here's the thing though. If Lewandowski goes and you don't sign a replacement or so forth, that's not the end of the world. When Cristiano left Real Madrid, oh my gosh, he's left. What the hell is this guy's going to do? What happens is all those other guys, they build up, because you see, when you have a amazing goal scorer and so forth, you play to him. And those other guys, they readjust their games. But once a goal scorer goes, the way those other players play, they will now play at it. They will readjust their games. So Coman, Gnabry, Sane, they will play differently because, I now have to take more shots. I now have to now take a lot more risk because I can't take those amounts of shots because we have a striker there.
Yeah.
So it isn't the end of the world if he leaves without a replacement.
Yeah. And it would be the end of the world if we don't get a replacement and next season we see that Sonic keeps breaking it, Coman can finish it. Then it's over, because then none of our attack can finish chances and score goals. And Mane isn't the type of guy to put Lewandowski numbers. He's a clutch guy, right? But he's never had a season where he's banging in goals like Lewandowski has been doing. The only thing for me about this is too that it's like Lewandowski is equally as stubborn. Lewandowski, I guarantee he won't be a guy that he will suck it up next season and play his hardest. So if we keep him, this guy is gonna be toxic for the dressing room, and it's not a surprise. Remember when Aubameyang beat him to the Bundesliga Golden Boot top scorer? remember Lewandowski came out and was complaining about his teammate. This guy's an egomaniac. Like, remember when he came out and made a big fuss about his teammates not creating a bunch of chances or anything. So that's why it's just.
Oh no! I think that's a great point because I think what it comes down to is value. Because I think for Lewandowski, look at this last 2 years, especially the last year when many people thought that he deserved to win the Ballon d'Or. So in Lewandowski's mind is that I'm finally now getting the appreciation that I feel I deserve. I'm now finally viewed as one of the best players in the world. And these guys don't actually value or appreciate me as that. So it's an ego thing. And I sort of understand it because I'm like, whoa, if the world views me as one of the best in the world, where me and Messi are almost like this as of right now, and a club doesn't really appreciate or view that, just think, oh, I'm finished and washed. I'm not finished and washed. I'm going to prove to you I'm not finished and washed because I'm going to go to Barcelona. So, and I'm going to now prove to you that I'm still that good by going to a club who really wants me in a Barcelona. But the thing though is, and this is where I've now have to come to Ricardo so forth. It's like, do Barca even have to do the funds?
Exactly, bro.
Because what is it? So is it
Todd B?
Todd B. Now, Todd B.
But Abdul told me they do. Abdul told me that when they sell,
they need to do. They need to do.
Abdul said that when they sell 25% of their TV rights for the next 25 years, they're gonna get like 700 million for that.
No, they can do like 2,000 weddings. 2,000 weddings should be 2,000 weddings.
It's not gonna. Look, Ricardo, how do you view this whole Lewandowski thing, man?
Well, obviously coming from the outside, first and foremost, Puya, man, I'm sorry, man. It kind of reminds me of the whole Messi situation last year when you guys fucking curb stomped us, but thankfully it worked out, but it didn't work out because a year later he fucked off anyways. But with Lewandowski, man, it's such a weird scenario because Bayern have always held this reputation of being a well-ran club, which for the most part they always have been as long as I've known that club. But I think ever since they got a new board, things have pretty much like just spiraled out of control, really, because Lewandowski isn't the first domino to fall in this situation. And unfortunately, it has fell down to the most valuable piece. Now, with Lewandowski, like based on what's come out, Puya is right. Bayern is a very stubborn club, and they're within every right to keep him in his last year of his contract, assuming they don't find a replacement. Now, personally, for me, the way I'm looking at it, are Bayern really going to make an attempt to find another striker, or is it just reports and journalism about like, oh, we're looking at this guy, we're looking at that guy, so Lewandowski may stay. They're like kind of pump faking Lewandowski. Is like, yeah, we're trying, but we can't find anybody. So the fact that nobody's came, you're gonna have to stay, buddy. I'm sorry, it is what it is. However, at the same time, it could shoot them in the foot because as much as he is tied down to a contract, there's nothing worse than having a player massively underperform under a massive contract. And right now, Barcelona is going through it right now with several players. So with Lewandowski, it's kind of like, I think what Lewandowski has done has actually made it far worse for Bayern Munich, not even himself. He's actually made it, in a sense, easier for himself to get out of Bayern Munich, is the fact that he said that he pretty much wants to go to Barcelona and Barcelona only. That takes any single leverage away from Bayern Munich. That's why Barcelona are pretty much lowballing Bayern Munich for Lewandowski, because there's no competitors. So at that point, Bayern Munich is like...
I'm trying to understand why has he zeroed in on Barcelona?
You know what I personally think it is? I know people will pass it on as like, oh, he wants to challenge in a better league, blah, blah, blah.
That's the Ballon d'Or, bro, Ricardo.
No, it has nothing to do with the Ballon
d'Or. It is.
Wait.
Let's be honest. If he wins La Liga top scorer, that doesn't guarantee him a Ballon d'Or. It's just the truth, because who knows? Maybe PSG win, or Man City win, or Real Madrid win again, or whoever the hell wins. Whoever their star player is, they're going to have the biggest leverage. And plus, it's a World Cup year. Lewandowski has absolutely no chance to win the Ballon d'Or next year, assuming he does something insane.
Sorry, next year.
Yeah, because the World Cup doesn't count for this Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
So his chances are looking very bleak, in my opinion. So he has to assume maybe Brazil or Argentina or France doesn't win the World Cup, which honestly, they're probably some of the favorites. So things aren't looking too good for him in a sense. I don't think it's really about sporting. Although I think Lewandowski, in a sense, he is professional in the sense that he will play the best two of his abilities.
So what's the reason? What's the reason for why?
I personally think he's going to Barcelona because Barcelona is the only club that can guarantee him a contract over 3 years. The guy is 34 years old. I apart from the Haaland situation, I'm pretty sure that Bayern Munich didn't want to extend Lewandowski's contract, and because he was asking for a pay raise when not knowing how he may perform 2 to 3 years from now. But Lewandowski, at the age of 34, you really gotta you gotta map out the rest of your career, because we can even see this as Mo Salah. Mo Salah, he's trying to secure his future. He's 30. He wants to probably sign a 4-5, so he's still getting paid.
But Ricardo, let me ask you: Is it wise, even if Barca in this situation, but it's still Barca, is it wise to give a 34-year-old a 3-year guaranteed contract?
No, definitely not. But the
Never.
thing is, no, it's definitely not. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, let's be honest. Nobody knew even Messi and Ronaldo would be, great in their mid-30s. Like, nobody knew that. Historically speaking, you're not really that great in the 30s. But obviously, with sports science. Now, the thing with, like, for example, from Barcelona's point of view, from what I see it, I believe Barcelona is actually the team in La Liga that created the most chances last year, but they've had some of the worst conversion rates. And a big reason why maybe there wasn't even we weren't even contesting for La Liga is because we couldn't even score these damn goals. So from Barcelona's point of view, getting someone like Robert Lewandowski, who pretty much is the best player in the world when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net for the last 2 years, to them there may be some sort of value. I'm sure, when the scouting gets done, there is sort of what's it called? There's kind of like an analytical side of things where they see, well, we create a bunch of chances, but we don't have anybody to put it back in the net. Like, I'm pretty sure the scouting is very deep in that regard. But with Lewandowski, I do agree. It's not wise to give a player at 34, who's 34, and then 35, 36, 37. Like, I think he was asking for like 20 million a year. I don't know what he was asking for at Bayern, but he was trying to look for guaranteed money. And I completely understand him, because I don't know how much is getting paid at Bayern right now. But whatever it is not 20 million. So he's guaranteed, let's say, 15 million for the next year at Bayern, if he stays. However, if he goes to Barcelona, he gets a 2+1, what Casey said. We don't know if it's
2+1, yeah.
So if he gets paid 20 million a year and it's a 2+1, and if that +1 is a player option or a club option, it depends. That's really up to the club, because I think Ronaldo, he has a club option, so it's not up to him, whereas Messi has a +1 player option at PSG. If it's a player option, I can see why Lewandowski would take, because then it's like guaranteed 3 years, and he's getting 60 million at the end of the 3 years, opposed to the guaranteed 50 after 1 year. And he has to bank on his talent right now, because what if next year he only scores 30 goals? Now, don't get me wrong, 30 goals is great, but 30 goals on Lewandowski's standard in the last 5 years isn't necessarily the best. And then he can't cash in 20 million a year.
All right, okay, let me quickly take some doors, and I want to come to call with this afterwards. So, your boy here who says next season prediction, CL City, okay, Europa League United, Premier League Chelsea, don't jinx us, FA Cup Liverpool, Carabao Cup United. Bro, you know what? I think I'm gonna stop putting money on City to win the UCL, bro. I have to stop doing. Your boy Patrick, Lovro Maje, Drish recommended to Real Madrid. Who's that dude? Also, Sona, did you know that dude? Lovro Maje. All right. Dean Classic. Are Madrid on some?
Yes.
Bro, it's
Yes.
like our entire
Yes.
lineup is starting to come
Look,
from
man,
there.
you know, you
Yes.
have to say, as I say, black don't crack, man. Black
Like
don't crack.
Courtois, Carvajal, and Valverde will be the only white
Yeah,
players in the
yeah.
field.
I mean, look at Chelsea. Edouard Mendy, Rudiger, Conte. But
Well,
Rudiger's leaving now.
No. What do you mean?
Yeah,
he
he left.
left.
He left.
He
Yeah.
left.
Relax, Mason
you-
Mount and Conor Gallagher are leading them to a Premier League
No,
title.
look, link. It's Sauce Era, Black Tax. Tell you, oh God, AR on a free transfer to Madrid. AR is an Arsenal fan. Let me repeat, AR is an Arsenal fan. I agree with your points, HH. It's the principle, and Bayern are a big club. Lewandowski will leave, but on Bayern's terms. If a club wants him, pay the fee. That's all well and good. But as we just discussed right now, if you don't have a replacement and you keep him, you screw over Nagelsmann. And you keep an unhappy player and you mess up your season. So you can be like, oh, no, we're Bayern. We will not, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Nagelsmann is a young manager. And if you now stick him with a unhappy superstar player, it will mess up Bayern Munich. So I'm sorry. That's just the fact.
But HH, let me ask a question. But is this stupidity, though? Bayern are not a small team. If I don't care how great Lewandowski is, if he says he wants to leave, sell the dude. Why are you keeping someone that's unhappy? That makes no logical sense, HH.
Oh no. Yes,
Oh,
sir,
we're gonna
because-
keep you no matter what because we cannot live without you. But
No,
come,
no, it's
you're
not.
mighty Bayern Munich.
No,
You are the
yes,
German
yes.
Giants.
Yes, yeah.
Come
But here's the
on.
thing, though. For Bayern, they're like, I believe Bayern can win the Bundesliga without Lewandowski and a replacement. I believe that they can do it because the team can change.
100%.
But if you're looking for the UCL and so forth, you
HH,
do
that
need
doesn't
someone to
matter.
replacement.
You saw what Real Madrid did. They Fortune Paris said, "Screw you, Cristiano." To hit the road, Jack. Hit the road. He said, "Get out of here. Get out of here." That's what you told him. Go to Juve for big money, and they just won the Champions League. So,
Okay.
HH, come on, big clubs do big things, man.
Wait. It's fair. Flick should have been kept. He had Choupo-Moting scoring goals against PSG. Remember, they lost on away goals and beat PSG at home 1-0. But that's a moot point because it's Germany. If your national team comes calling, you can't reject them. And
No. He was forced out. Let's have it clear. He was
Flick
forced
was forced
out.
out?
Yeah, but the sporting director, him and the sporting director, they hated each other. Yeah,
So was that true, Priya?
Yeah. They sided with Hassan Salihamidzic, and then Hansi Flick could have stayed, but once they sided with Hassan, and then Germany came calling, it was over.
That's an element. Cool. Talk to me, man. Lewandowski, where do you stand with this whole thing?
Can you hear me, HH?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I just want to show you something that I sent to Oliver Kahn. I don't know if I can see.
Wait.
Uh,
Wait, hold up. You sent this to Oliver Kahn.
yeah. I sent this to Oliver Kahn. I'm so done and tired of this guy, yo.
Corey talks
Wait.
about him
I
regularly.
can't actually read it. Okay, can you actually say what you actually sent to Oliver Kahn?
I told because basically Oliver Kahn, if you guys didn't know, last week he actually he posted a feed in English. So I was like, oh shoot, he knows how to speak English. So I was impressed. I was like, okay, he knows how to speak English. Let me send a DM to this guy. So I said yesterday, 7:15 p.m. I'm tired. Get rid of Robert. Needs to leave for the betterment of the club. Let him go. He's ruining our club. That is the DM that I sent to Oliver Kahn yesterday. So for me, HH.
Okay. So let's think. So you believe Lewandowski is the villain here?
HH, I'm really sorry, but like I've not seen such a player who has completely he's not only tarnished his image in the club, but I don't even consider him as a legend anymore, HH, from the words that he's saying. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that's how that's
Oh, come on. That's
I know it's
legacy is legacy. Let me see. Those goals are not going to go away.
No,
Those
those goals, we really needed it. Don't get me wrong, we really needed it. But from what he's saying, like, oh, Bayern is a small club and other stuff, and just insulting, Bayern is for me really, really bad, HH. I'm so sorry, HH, but we need to get rid of this guy not just because of the
Okay. So you're on the fence of whatever the fee is or money, just let him go. Whatever it is, just let him go.
There's no debating. At the moment, I wanted 40 million HH personally. I really wanted 40 million. I think if we got 40 million, we could at least spend it on, let's say, some other areas in our squad that needs to be improved. But I don't see if PSG. I'm shocked PSG is not going in from HH. I'm really shocked.
Yes,
because Barcelona,
that's very surprising.
They are in a.
Well, hold up. You see, it would make sense if they had sold Mbappe. But where do you fit Lewandowski if you still have Mbappe, Neymar?
It's easy. Neymar's going, so you have Mbappe left. Zleva striker.
Is Neymar no, wait, is that confirmed?
Right.
Neymar's
Mbappe wants him out, so it's confirmed. Yeah.
Well, look, that's rumored. It's rumored, but it's not real. But so look, Lewandowski. See, if PSG were smart, You should have let Mbappe
I'd
go.
go for him.
Get Lewandowski.
Yeah.
Lewandowski, Messi, and Neymar. That's it. That's the
HH, they
that
have
makes much
Icardi.
more
They're
sense.
fine, bro. They have
Oh,
Icardi.
look, Misha Mike.
No. Icardi's leaving. Icardi's leaving. He might go to Juve.
I'm surprised that Liverpool.
What?
I'm surprised that
Liverpool.
Liverpool didn't want Lewandowski, to be honest.
The thing is, Lewandowski doesn't want to go to England. He said he wants to go to Spain because he wants a nicer place to live too.
Yeah.
He literally
No, I'm
said
saying
that.
from
He
a-
wants to go to Spain.
Also, sorry. Remember, wife tax as well.
No,
Because if his wife is like, fish and chips is cool, Quilizi is cool and everything, but I need that Spanish heat and so
I need
forth.
your
It is what it
No,
is.
No,
It's
but I'm
fine.
saying from a
Icardi.
sporting perspective, like playing at either PSG or Liverpool is technically better right now than playing at Barcelona. But I guess the money's better at Barca.
Okay.
Wait, what? The money's better at Barca?
Let me say something. Barcelona, the situation they're going through is understandable because they cannot give us that 40 million we're requiring, especially because they're finding it hard to even register players like Sergio Roberto and guys like Frankessi and so forth, So that's why I personally, this is my personal opinion, I personally think that they should just try to let him go for that 32 million and see what they could use that 32 million if they could get some other players to fill in those other positions that we need. Because HH is not just striker, HH. I keep saying it's not just striker. There's a whole lot of
because
midfield.
Tolisso is gone, Muller's getting old. He's getting older.
Yes, bro. We haven't even signed Gravenberch. We haven't signed him yet. He's completed his medical, but he's not official. So he would have been the Tolisso replacement. So we need like a lot of players, especially like coming in certain positions.
So quick, let me make a suggestion. This is, and I want you and Puya to answer before I go on to Yassi and Osuna. And I'm not. This is no cap. I'm not here to crack jokes and everything. I'm actually being serious. This is not like joking and everything. Timo Werner and Lewandowski. Now, before you say blah blah, the last time Timo Werner looked good was under Nagelsmann. And Paul, you've always been saying that like Nagelsmann, Lewandowski doesn't fit for what Nagelsmann wants.
Yeah.
So if you give, because for me, whenever you're doing so forth, give your manager what he wants. Forget about give your manager the best place. That's how Chelsea got screwed over. Give the manager what he wants. Not what he wants, what the manager wants. Yeah. So would a Werner Lewandowski swap make sense?
Guys, don't fall into the trap. Don't fall into the trap. This is a trap. This is a trap.
At the moment, I will say this, HH. If he fits into Nagelsmann's system, I would say 100%. Let's go get him. That's what Brazil is trying to do right now with the signings of Mazraoui. Mazraoui fits Nagelsmann's system. Gravenberch fits Nagelsmann's system. You see, so you need to get players who fit the system in order for him to be successful. But the question, HH, is: so are you gonna say it's gonna be a Mane and Werner as a two, as the two strikers in front? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean.
He's actually
because if you look at Leipzig, he played a striker and he played Werner off of a Poulsen. And people are saying that Mane works better in the middle. So it could be like a Mane as a striker and then thinking out plays off of him. But can Mane fulfill the role that Poulsen does? But let me ask Puya, would you be happy with a Werner thingy swap?
At this point, probably, yeah. Because here's the thing. I think that would work for Bayern because I don't think they're trying to get... I don't think that Lewandowski money is critical to getting Mane. I think they already have money on the side that they're going to get Mane with. The Gravenberch and Mazraoui is all done. And I think with Nagelsmann, you know how I said he might try what Pep has been doing, where he spreads across the goals. Well, that's even though Timo Werner got, 29 Bundesliga goals in that one season, the goals were still really spread apart because there was a whole lot of other goals coming from Forsberg, from Nkunku, from Poulsen, from all these other guys. So that would be interesting to see. Okay, and in that system, there was two strikers. There was two strikers that always played off each other. Now, my impression is, okay, if we don't get Werner, my impression is it would be Gnabry and Mane. I think that would actually work. I think Nagelsmann could get that. Or if we get Werner, that's perfect. We don't have, if it's a straight swap, that's perfect. Like you guys bought Werner for 55 million. His price has dropped because he's been so bad. And Lewandowski's 34, so he's never going to be extremely expensive. So then that would work. And in that case, Bayern would get Mane, they would also get Werner, and then they've already strengthened in the back with Mazraoui and in midfield. So that works for me. And here's the thing: you said get what Nagelsmann wants. Get what Nagelsmann wants. People are quick to forget this isn't Nagelsmann's team. Like the only two players that he signed are Upamecano and Sabitzer. Now Sabitzer didn't work out, but most of these players aren't players Nagelsmann bought. They were players Hansi Flick bought, Pep Guardiola, but a mixture of players. So my idea for Lewandowski replacement, the whole thing I've been saying to like Bayern fans and everything, just get whoever Nagelsmann wants. Because don't bring someone he doesn't want. Don't go out and get Lukaku. Don't go swap for Lukaku. If you would rather have Werner, swap for Werner. You know what I mean? So it just get Nagelsmann whatever he wants and see what he does.
No, wait, let me come to the guy. So Yasser, your thoughts on this whole Lewandowski?
First and first, that would never happen because that simply will never happen. Lewandowski going to Chelsea, it's not happening, guys. Lewandowski does not want to go to Chelsea, so that's that. Like he's not going to Chelsea.
Hater.
No. I mean, HH, that's like a hypothetical fairy tale Disney Plus type of scenario for you. It ain't happening, HH. It ain't happening.
Yes, here.
Yeah.
HH, go look at Fab's Twitter. He recently something about Chelsea and Inter.
Oh God. What?
About is it Lukaku?
Finally.
Yeah,
Wait,
Lukaku.
look, talk. I'll look at it. Just talk about it.
You might get the other RL9.
No, HH, I think more than anything, there's two things that's going on with the whole Barcelona thing. First thing first, Lewandowski felt he's being disrespected. That's the reality of it. This guy is a guy that's hurt. The guy that's literally saying like, yeah, in a way he felt like he'd been treated like trash by Bayern Munich. That's the first thing. Second thing is, HH, there's a reason why he wants to come to Barcelona. You look at it, you're like, okay, Barcelona in a way are going through a rebuild. Bro, they have Memphis, Tennessee, and who is it, Ferran Torres, and them dudes like Luke De Jong. They're going through a whole rebuild. So you're wondering why does Lewandowski want to come to Barcelona? HH, football is football, and football players are very simplistic. People think they're very complex. They're not. Just look at what's going on right now. Who is going to win the Ballon d'Or? Karim Benzema. Where does he play for? Real Madrid. The last 11 straight Ballon d'Or winners, something crazy like that, all came from Barcelona. I am telling you, more than anything, he wants that Ballon d'Or. He wants that Ballon d'Or more than any. Come on, guys. It's just very simple. That is the only people say, oh, his wife, maybe she likes Barcelona. No, or maybe they like.
No. Yes, that's of course that's a convincing factor as well.
110%, 110%. But the reality is, why Barcelona? And he's come to Barcelona to win the Ballon d'Or. That's the only reason why he's coming.
No, stop it. That's not the only reason.
That is.
It could be part of the reason, but it could also be, which is what Ricardo said, who's going to offer me what I want?
No, but there's a better prospect. No, there's better.
If I want 3 years, remember, you could say football simple. Money is a contributing factor as well, especially with like I'm now older. I want to now secure the bag. If there's only one place that's going to give me exactly what I want financially, of course I'm going to go there and say, yeah. Nobody else that I know of says we're going to give you this 2 years
I don't believe
plus
that.
1 year.
I don't believe that. I don't believe Barcelona is the only team that's willing to offer Lewandowski what he wants. I feel like people. This is Robert Lewandowski. I understand he's 34 years old, but let's be honest, bro. There's multiple clubs that have the money to spend on.
How many of them are going to give a 34-year-old 2 years plus?
A lot of teams will do that. Like, let's be honest.
34-year-old?
Oh yes. Do you think my club won't do that? My club gave a 36-year-old a 3-year contract.
Christina is different.
That
was Disney Plus. That was
no,
Disney
listen. HH is because it's Robin Lewandowski, because he's a unique player. He's one of a kind type of player. Any club will be, yes, they will risk it. 110% they will risk it, HH. Even if we keep up from 2 years, from 34 to 36, and the last year of your contract, you can sell him. or you can sell him to the MLS, or you can sell him to Qatar, or you can sell him to China, or whatever. You can. That's what. Any club will take a risk.
But yes, yeah. To get your Ballon d'Or points, you realize that Barca still in a rebuild. This isn't the Barca of 2011 or 2015 when they actually had a strong team. And a big thing.
Ego tax, HH.
No. Yes, yeah, but here's the thing. A big thing of the whole Ballon d'Or is, league, but also what you do in the freaking UCL.
Yeah.
Even if they get Lewandowski, what is the guarantee that Barca are going to get to the quarters or the semis
Yeah,
of the
yes,
UCL?
But
I gotta ask
it's an
a
ego
question.
tax. No, hold on, Ricardo. It's an ego tax. See, we think that's us fans. We think like that. A player believes that he can go in there and change that, make that a possibility for the team.
No, but
A player does believe in that.
Streets,
No. But the okay.
Let me ask you a question.
I'll go ahead, Ricardo.
If you are a player, right,
Mhm.
and you want to say your objective is to win the Ballon d'Or, right, and you look at Barcelona's current situation, where these guys barely even made top 4. Well, they made top 4 if it wasn't for like a 15-game winning streak they had.
Didn't they finish second?
Yeah, they did,
okay.
but they only finished second. One, because Xavi came in and a few of the signings actually performed. But outside of that, nobody really knew for a second.
Okay.
Or you go to a team like Liverpool, for example, that lost the Champions League final, were really close to winning the Premier League. And let's be honest, it's like, even as a Barcelona fan, even if we get Lewandowski, I still think that Real Madrid are gonna win the La Liga.
Yeah.
And
But Ricardo, okay, we're all speculating here. Like, let's be honest, we're all speculating here. But from everything we have heard from Lewandowski in terms of him from his side, all the reports are saying that for whatever reason he wants only Barcelona.
Yeah.
My point is because Sadio Mane is leaving, I genuinely believe that if Lewandowski wanted Liverpool can make that happen.
Yeah,
if Chelsea Football Club, HH Club, hold on,
you're missing the
one
point.
second, Ricardo, if HH Club Chelsea wanted Lewandowski, then if he wanted to go to Chelsea, then Chelsea would actually work and try to make that happen. But he only wants, from everything we heard, from David Ornstein, from Fabrizio Romano, from Bill, they're saying this guy is obsessed with going to Barcelona.
Yes, real quick. So, Ricardo, I'll come just real quick. I know, I'll call you Ricardo. What if? Oh, Xavi. Oh, I remember what it was about. Barcelona. I know what Barcelona are about. What do we always say? What are the two clubs that will attract players no matter what? Real Madrid and Barcelona, based on their heritage. So there's a whole thing of like, Ronaldinho, Romario, Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Messi. Look at what the whole thing is about. Wearing that very famous jersey and what it means. Oh, let me go and see whether I can succeed and do something that I maybe help them. So there's that whole storyline aspect. Sorry, Ricardo, what do you want to say?
It's not only that, like, for example, I'm not too sure exactly what Barcelona are offering him, whether it's a pay raise, because I've actually heard reports as well that it's actually he's taking a pay cut, but because he gets it guaranteed over 3 years, it actually makes more money on a wage reduction opposed to the 1 year he's guaranteed at Bayern Munich. So in the sense, like, if he is coming for a wage reduction to Barcelona, like I said, it's initially for the contract, and you have to put into perspective, like, if Lewandowski was to retire tomorrow, to be honest, his legacy is already set. He's one of the best strikers of his generation. He's an icon in German football. He's one of the greatest strikers in Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund history. Him going to Barcelona at the age of 34 is kind of the same thing we say about Messi going to PSG. It doesn't affect their legacy. It doesn't do anything at all. If anything, it just adds another cherry on top if he accomplishes anything. And probably at this stage of his career, he's like, you know what? I want to live in a Mediterranean weather and live by the beaches in Barcelona. Like,
so he's going to Barcelona to retire. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what Ricardo just said.
Well, yeah,
come on, guys. Come on. Do you think he's doing all this, making all this fuss to live in the wonderful, beautiful place of Barcelona, lay in the beach, play golf with Gareth Bale at Real Madrid? Like, come on, guys. Come on, guys. We need to. One thing I want to say, we got to put more respect on Lewandowski's name. Lewandowski is an ambitious guy. There's a reason why, bro went crazy for the last 2 years. That guy went crazy. He was robbed of Ballon d'Or. You think that doesn't hurt a player's pride? You think that doesn't hurt a player's pride? I don't get that, guys. No. And it's the worst thing about it. The worst thing about it is what position does Benzema plays? Striker. Benzema is going to win the Ballon d'Or. That shit, that would kill me. I'm not even Lewandowski.
UCL
That
tax.
would kill me.
Wait, okay.
UCL tax.
That would
Yes.
destroy me.
I got one more question for you guys
Nah.
here. Next season, okay, Benzema's gonna win Ballon d'Or coming October, I believe. The World Cup doesn't count for this Ballon d'Or. It counts for the next Ballon d'Or. Lewandowski plays for Poland. Lewandowski is gonna go to Barcelona, a team that's not even ready to compete for the Champions League. We can hate PSG and Man City for all the money they spent. They have a far better chance at winning the Champions League than Barcelona does, and that's not even talking about
that's
where
not
the realm.
That's not
Yes,
true.
it is.
No,
Man.
no.
Oh my
I'm
God.
telling you,
Yes,
HH.
come on, bro.
I will
Yes,
always say this. I will always say that
Yes,
PSG and Man City always have a 0% win. They will always have a 0%.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Anyway,
no,
my
no,
point.
no.
Wait, hold on.
They will
My
never win the
my
Champions.
point
They
is
will never win the Champions League.
My point is, if they win the Champions League, whether maybe even Liverpool or whatever other team wins it, and they have a star player on their team, and then that's not even assuming who wins the World Cup. It could be Brazil, it could be France, it could be Argentina. Like, let's be honest, Lewandowski's chances of Ballon d'Or is non-existent. I'm sorry, he's not doing anything with Poland. Is he going to the World Cup?
Yeah, but yeah, no.
No,
Hold
but
on.
before
He's in
we move
Messi.
on.
Hold up. This is Alex does because I'll be waiting for some dumps. Brand says, "It's just the Spirits movie you did. I don't know what you're referring to, bro. But shut up, man. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, thank you the dub. Drogba, Kaka, Di Maria, Keita giving us a great stream. Who's Drogba? Are you saying I'm Drogba? Who's Kaka? Well, I know Core is Keita. English Talents FC. LC. If
I'm
Barca
sorry, I
needs
look
a
more
loan,
like Dybala than I look like Di Maria.
Burnley are here. Hail EPL. God damn. AR. Is there confirmed interest in this 34-year-old? Don't say that. Don't say he's overhyped. Don't say that. Yeah, that's just harsh, man. Come on, man. Abrit Fair. Where should Osimhen go? Anywhere but Arsenal? Hashtag GOAT analyst. I think for Osimhen, the Arsenal move wouldn't be that bad. If they can sack Arteta, it'll make more sense. But that move could be alright, But I see no reason why he stays at Napoli. I think that he still needs to develop. So for me, I would say still remain at Napoli. Samasi, Core Puya, have you lost your mind? No, hell no. So Core, you still don't. So Core, because this is about Timo Werner, you would still sanction a Werner move.
If like the way Puyo was saying, if Gnabry is willing to stay at Bayern, then yeah. But the thing is also, Gnabry wants to leave, so I don't think it's gonna work.
Okay.
I don't know who we're gonna kill.
Your boy AR says also Bayern look like they are in a rebuild phase. There is no rush to win another CL. How many goals would Lewandowski score in Spain? He's 34 now. Benzema is how old is Ben? Benzema's what, 32, 30, 33? Why wouldn't Lewandowski buy? If what Ricardo is saying is right, which is that Barca created the most chances in La Liga, I know Lewandowski is a far better finisher than Aubameyang, Goldthwaite, and Luke with 2 years. It is not beyond the realm it's not beyond the realm of Lewandowski achieving 20, 25, or 30 goals if he gets the creativity and the supply. So, and remember, the world is different. This isn't like 95 or 2005, bro. 34 is the new 28. So, Detroit Rock City. Robert has disgraced himself with Bayern fans. Hashtag he must go. Bro, yeah, man. Your boy Ling says, HH, please, we need a 360 waves tutorial video. Thanks. What? What do you mean by 360 waves, man? I don't have waves, bro. All right, let's discuss this one because this is where I get involved right now. Ricardo, I need you to please explain this to me because I'm not sure what is going wrong here. I need you to explain what is happening with. Actually, I can actually pull up two issues. So I need you to understand what's happening with this dude and this dude.
So this was that dude in my picture was actually the Dembele we knew that was world class. And
Yes,
he was
the
a
Oos. No, look, see. This is the Oos. The guy in the image is Usman.
Yeah, like that one in the picture is a more mature Dembele. This is a married Dembele. So like I have prepubescent Dembele on my picture. But yeah,
No. What's his problem? make a freaking decision. How long has this taken?
You know what I genuinely think? Originally, I heard that, well, maybe he was waiting for Chelsea to be bought out and then to see where it goes from there. But if that was the case, then maybe we would have heard something more advanced on, the contract negotiations with Chelsea. However, I genuinely think he is waiting for Barcelona for that whole situation about the selling of certain assets they have to see what their improved contract is. So I'm not denying that maybe Dembele, he's thinking about staying, but maybe he's equally thinking about leaving. He just wants to see that final contract. And for Dembele, it's kind of like, I think it's interesting what he's doing because he clearly knows his value because he knows how well he has played under Xavi. And I'll be the first one to say, I think since Xavi has came in, he's been our best player.
So didn't he finish with the most assists in La Liga or most assists for Barca?
Yeah, most assists in La Liga, and he did it in like half a season. He didn't even do it in a full season.
Yeah.
To be honest, he can't score for his life, but I think he only has like one goal since Xavi has came in. But
which is weird because the guy was scoring for 4. It's even, you know what I said? The Us never showed up for Barca.
Yeah.
So when people say, "Oh, blah, blah, what do you got?" No, I'm going on about the guy at Dortmund who, for some reason, never showed up for Barcelona.
I think it's a mixture of a lot of things. One, it's his injuries. That's one thing. Two, the lack of managers that I think have been able to implement him effectively, and it's a bit unfortunate that the one manager that seemingly got the best out of Dembele is the one that's on the last 6 months of his contract, which is Xavi. And the last thing I think personally is his lack of professionalism. Like, I can't tell you how many times over the course of his Barcelona career there's been so many reports about him coming late. Like, he comes late all the time. I don't know how they may reflect on his actual work ethic at the club. I mean, I'm not at the training ground, so I don't know that. That's up to the coaches and whatever. And it's clear that the guy is very, very talented. Now, a lot of people want to say that ever since he got married, he's a whole new man. Whatever, it might be the case. It might be the case.
Can do that to you.
Yeah, it could be the case. And to be fair, there's some credence to it because he has played significantly better since he's got married, right? Hopefully his nudes don't leak because they might go downhill like a certain other right winger.
Okay.
But no, Dembele to Chelsea, I don't think it's a bad move for him. Obviously, it will be a big hit to Barcelona because he is one. Like I said, he's been the best player for Barcelona since Xavi has came in, and it'd be a big miss. And that's why you see the reports of Barcelona lining up for Di Maria, who's just gonna be a 1-year fix until the next transfer window. But we'll see where it gets. But I generally think he's just waiting on Barcelona on that Soci's vote thing to see if he can get a better contract or not. Or if not, I think he's off.
Cool. Osasuna. How do you visa? Come to you, call Osasuna. This whole Dembele thing.
I mean, I'm kind of finished with it to he's going. He's not staying at Barcelona anymore. Oh.
I think you're good. You're good now. You got stock for a minute. You're good now. Go for it.
Okay. So Dembele, I think we all know he's going, right? It's inevitable. I think it's not.
Or do you think he's playing the waiting game, like Ricardo is saying, like he's just waiting to see?
It's not something Barcelona could keep. Barcelona can keep him. They need to sell him because how are they going to fund other things, right? It's the same thing with Frankie De Jong.
How much is Dembele on? Does anyone know? Like around how much he's on?
He's one of the highest. I think the top 3 highest paid players. But that's why I think he was originally going to sign a contract back in like December, but I think it wasn't until they signed Ferran Torres he kind of felt a bit slighted. So that's why he's kind of hold it off since. But he's one of the top earners there.
I think also the fact of Xavi getting the best out of Dembele really hasn't had anything to do with Xavi, more just had to do with the fact that Dembele finally actually didn't get injured for half a season, right? It was half a season.
Ricardo,
there was one season that he played like 40-something games and he was still pretty ass.
No, Ricardo, so basically
18,
you guys are going to lose Dembele.
Wait, sorry?
basically, you guys are losing Dembele because he's pissed off about a dude named Ferran Torres.
Yeah, there was a reports that because he was originally gonna sign the contract extension until they signed Ferran Torres, and then like it kind of just like I don't know, something happened about the money. He was asked for a reduction in that new contract, and then I don't know some shit. I don't know how true it is, but that was reported at the time.
You know, as a
wait,
Barcelona fan, I don't know how you're not depressed though. As a Barcelona fan, how you not depressed?
Because there's no guarantee with Ousmane Dembele. Like he's been injured so many times. What if we re-sign him and then he gets injured next season? It's like, well, there you go. That's typical Dembele.
So okay, so I'll probably pull this on. I'm not going to put it, but actually, sorry. Also, no, keep going. I'll pull up because I got the weekly wage for Barcelona. So just also continue talking, and I'll pull it up.
Yeah,
Regards to Dembele.
I mean, there's not much to say here. Like he's going to obviously be sold, and there's only one place where he's really being linked to, right? That's Chelsea. Is there anywhere else that he's being linked to?
He will to PSG, but the
Saint-Germain.
new sporting director of PSG, he's like, nah, I don't want players who aren't serious.
No, Mbappe probably doesn't want to play with him. I don't.
Mbappe's such a dictator, man. Shit's annoying.
I
hate the guy, man.
It has nothing to do with Mbappe. That Luis Campos,
Hey,
sporting director, has the one that declined his transfer.
Oh no, Bobo. So how much do you think that Barca can replace a Dembele? Or do you think because I said like they should do all they can to keep him, but it's like if you don't have the money, you don't have the money. But like a guy who led the charts in assists, that's not the guy you want to lose.
Well, the way I see it is, you're right. Like Barcelona re-signing Dembele is technically the best case scenario because else you're gonna have to go to another. You're gonna have to go another route.
What is Sergio Roberto doing on that list?
Wait, Ricardo, can you please explain this? Please, Ricardo, can you just
I can't explain it. I can't.
No. I mean, try attempt. You know what's okay? You know, try. As they say in school, just keep trying. Can you just attempt to?
Yeah, Dembele. But you gotta keep in mind, like Dembele, Umtiti, Busquets already took a reduction. So did Alba. Sergio Roberto. They're still living off that Bartomeu contract, man. That's what they're on right now. For that. So I mean that's on that guy. But no, with in terms of the right wing position, that's why we've been linked to Rafinha. But of course, Leeds not getting relegated kind of made it a lot more difficult, which is why Barcelona is so heavily linked to Di Maria, which Di Maria will only be a 1-year fix anyways, because Di Maria only wants a 1-year contract before he heads back to Argentina after the World Cup. And I think after that, Di Maria is going to be if Dembele of course does leave, Di Maria is more going to be used as a stopgap for the next transfer window. And I think if, for example, if Salah doesn't fit, like have his contracts sorted out at Liverpool, I can see Barcelona going after that, or they will go after Rafinha again when he has a
Mr. Ricardo, I have a question.
Length on his contract.
As a member of the Barcelona fan base,
no. Hold up. As a hardcore Barca fan,
hardcore Barca fan base, part of like in the selective group here in the Have Hope universe, I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah.
Be honest with me and logically rationalize. Does Barcelona have money and can they do signing, or are they broke and they're in big trouble? This is be honest with me, bro.
Well, for example, for one thing, the Spanish newspaper, they either overdo everything they say. Do I think Barcelona is that broke? It's not that they're broke, it's they're having trouble complying with the financial fair play that's going on in La Liga. If that thing wasn't there, which a lot of people in La Liga have said that Tebas is crippling the league, which is why they can't register certain players. If that wasn't in there, then it'd be a lot easier, right? Now, it's like I said, we have to wait till June. I think it's June 15th or 16th when the socios have a vote and see what happens to the club. Once that's figured out, then we'll see what's going forward. Because I find it really hard to believe that saying Barcelona doesn't have money, yet you still have guys like Lewandowski, Di Maria, Frank Kessie. They're still not negotiating with any other teams because they're waiting out on Barcelona. If that was the case and they were genuinely that broke that they couldn't do anything, these players would have moved on. Because what's the point of waiting till the like?
Ricardo, I agree with you though. You know, logically, I'm thinking nah, Barcelona are gonna find out money somehow, some way. Like, all this is just paper talk. These people, the Spanish media just doing what they want to do. But at the same time, I always go back to Messi, bro. I thought more than anyone, everyone, the whole world believed Messi was going to stay. That's what we was told.
Oh, no, but Laporta was just doing that too.
But then, my point is like, hence why I don't know what to believe.
Yes, you can't believe Twitter stuff because see, hence basically, do you know what the bottom line is? No one knows. That's the real bottom line. Because my thing is that you have to understand that it's everyone is building a narrative, and you have to that people can build a narrative of let's try and make Barca look worse than they already are. And let's just try and put as much false news out there. So, because especially with the internet and so forth, it is so easy to put fake news out there because any fruit seller has an account on Twitter and can just put stuff out there and can just suddenly go viral. Like the whole Shakira, Gavi's mom, and Piqué thing. So really, the real question is, I do think that here's my thing. I believe Barca have issues financially, but they're not as extreme as we see on Twitter. Because Twitter likes to extrapolate and exaggerate everything.
Well, let's be honest, like debt is common in any massive institution. Like it is what it is. And Barcelona has always been one of the clubs that's generated the most revenue. But like I said, it has to do with La Liga's financial fair play. Nothing to do with UEFA where they have debt, no money. Yes, they are in debt. But Laporta has already had a lot of that sorted out in his first year as a president. So, and there's still more coming towards this month, regarding what they vote on.
So, bottom line, Mercado, if whatever vote happens on June 15th, vote happens, whatever, I don't know what that vote is going to, like, whatever the outcome is, if Barcelona simply, the players do not want to leave, and they had trouble last season, but like players like Samuel Umtiti and I forgot what the other player was, Langley, where they literally got booed. If Barcelona don't shift players, are they able still to sign players and register players? Or is Barcelona in a situation where, like, bro, something has to give? Like, they need to do something.
They either have to go in with the same squad as next year, or, which is unfortunately, or they have to probably be forced to sell Frankie de Jong because he is the highest in terms of value. However, well, like I said, I don't really know because I think a lot of things behind the scenes are definitely not being told. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, we'll see where it goes. Nobody really knows.
Yeah, no. Okay, so let me say some.
I have to say one thing though, that Barcelona, they have a problem. If they let Dembele go and they look for a right winger, the problem they have is that Real Madrid is also looking for a right winger. And with the way that things are between Real Madrid and Barcelona and their progress in their rebuilds, Real Madrid is much more enticing. So not only are you...
My thing is that how many really good quality right wingers are out there?
And that's also a problem, that Real Madrid will get first pickings and Barcelona will have second pickings. And who knows what that second pickings level
is. Are you talking about in terms of Usman going to Real Madrid, or are you talking about in the market?
No. In the market. No, Usman is not coming to Madrid.
But here's the thing, though. If, let's say, because I wanted to know, so let's say Aubameyang stays and Barca somehow, some way find the money by robbing a few banks to get Lewandowski. Yeah. Do you then move Aubameyang wide right, or does Aubameyang come on the bench?
So to answer Osasuna's question, the reality of Barcelona's situation is that every year it actually gets easier for the club because some of the contracts these players are on are 1 year less. They're 1 year closer to being gone, right? So obviously dead weight like Langley, Umtiti, Braithwaite, even by a year or two, Piqué, Alba, Busquets, they're on some of the biggest contracts. They'll be gone too. And this is what Laporta is trying to do to reduce the wages. So, yeah, you might be right that Real Madrid's project is more enticing. But I'm coming at the point that Barcelona's situation actually becomes a lot easier for them to work with as the years progress by because there's not going to be dead weight contracts on the team.
We're not talking about in the couple. You were talking about this summer.
This summer, but it's like I said, if Dembele leaves, that's why there's a lot of reports suggesting that Di Maria has a preference to go to Barcelona rather than Juventus, and Di Maria's signing will only be a stopgap for the following market, which Barcelona's situation should be a lot easier.
That is fair enough.
Okay. Let's say some debates, man. So, Chance, your boy, Yassier is not thinking He's upset because Bayern tried to sign Haaland behind his back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he said Lewandowski is upset because Bayern tried to sign Haaland behind his back and didn't renew his contracts. Nothing to do with Ballon d'Or.
No, that's true. 110%. Yes, that's why I said that he's upset. I forgot to mention the Haaland thing, but what 1000% this dub is true. But what I'm saying is, why Barcelona? I for the life of me, for a club like Ricardo mentioned, that's trying to lose wages to add an additional wage like what you call it, Lewandowski. And Lewandowski is not stupid, and his age is not stupid. They talk to Barcelona and they know that. And
okay. Yes, again, we don't know everything. What if? I don't know, but what if during this whole thing and so forth, Xavi called Lewandowski, spoke to him directly, said, "Bro, I want you. We have issues right now, but so this whole band thing, sort it out. We want you. Once we get financially good, we want you." And Lewandowski said, "Oh wow." You were the only person who came out and reached me directly and said, "You want me." What have we all said? Ego. Ego.
But
And you're the guy
HH,
that's
that's
come out
not
and reached out to me and
realistic
says,
though. That's
wait,
not
what-
realistic,
what-
though.
what's
That
unrealistic?
the only club, the only agent that approached Lewandowski was the Barcelona.
No,
and
but
Xavi. That's not realistic.
What if he
though.
was the first and
Ma-
what
okay,
he said
fair
was
enough.
enticing, and also Xavi's Xavi? Okay, cool. Let's Chelsea go left. Come on, Xavi's Xavi, and I know it's like when Zidane calls.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
it's Zidane. I know what you were as a player, and I respected you as a player. And if you're coming and said, "Bro, I want you," because it could be so easy as Xavi. I respect him. It's Barcelona. I know the kind of heritage that Barcelona have. Barca. Let's be real. If Barca call, Liverpool call, Chelsea call, most players in the world will choose Barcelona because it's Barcelona.
But it's just the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is, I'm looking at this as the individual player. Way I'm thinking is, this guy Lewandowski is a monster in terms of like competitiveness. I genuinely believe that Lewandowski, he probably would admit it in some book. It affected him that he didn't win the Ballon d'Or. It's either the last 2 years it has affected him.
Yes,
And what I believe is like he's
you're
going.
reaching.
What
No,
he
no,
wants
no,
to
no.
do at Barcelona, he wants to.
Because
I feel like that's what he believes he
Yassir.
can. Yeah.
I think Lewandowski realizes it is what it is. You're living in the era of Messi and Ronaldo,
Yeah.
and whatever they do will always be excelled. And it is what it is. And also, let's just be real. Yes, a Ballon d'Or is nice, but I think a Champions League is nicer. Go ask Lam. Go ask Mola. Go ask all of these guys. What should we rather want, the Ballon d'Or or that World Cup winners medal?
Yeah, but it's
You
like I
know?
said, Lewandowski's legacy. It's already secured. Like
it's
it's
set.
secured. He's one of the best strikers of his generation. He's outscored Messi and Ronaldo a few seasons. Like he's probably the greatest striker aside from Gerd Müller in Bundesliga history. Like you can't forget his name.
Wait, hold up. So, shout out to the greatest hater of all time, Miss B Nation, says, also, for those Barca wages, nobody said anything when they were giving them those wages. Stop complaining now and blaming Bartomeu for everything. Look, you can say what you want and everything, but I'm sorry, Miss B Nation, this is disgusting. This right here is disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're a player and you're like Umtiti, right, who at the time was a good player, they offered him that wage and he got injured. Bro, it's like it is what it is. Like they offered you that contract, you're gonna sign the paper. Like
Yeah, no. Anybody blaming Umtiti, you're a freaking moron. So unless you are the most moral, amazing person in the world, which most people aren't, so you're saying that like you offered me, I didn't demand, I didn't put a gun to your head saying that give me this money. You willingly gave me the contract of 763,000 a week. Okay, I declined. So because I declined, I'm like, you know what? I should do what is best for this club and so forth. And you know what? No, I am under. So I am. Umtiti is doing nothing wrong.
yeah,
Nothing
Titi's
wrong. I'm
position
under
is a
contract.
bit wrong though. It
Ricardo,
says
is it true,
defense
though?
central. It should be bench
Yeah.
central.
Ricardo, is it true that you guys gave Griezmann 800K per week?
yeah.
Euro.
Apparently, I don't know.
I
That's what I've
refuse
seen
to
before.
believe
That's stupid, guys.
Yes,
like
that's a lie.
the
Yes,
side
yeah.
chick earned.
Yes, yeah.
Well, who
That's
gave
what's
him that?
happened.
Who gave him that contract? Is what I'm saying.
No wonder the guy said.
Barcelona.
Ricardo, no wonder the guy said I wanted to sit at the same table of Messi, Ronaldo. But you guys were making the money.
Wait, hold on. Let me so
could
boy,
afford
so boy, yeah. I need to see De Jong and Ronaldo on the same team. Why? so I think De Jong is United. Look, I think that will probably happen. And let's be real. if Barcelona free up funds, if they take Dembele off their wages and De Jong off their wages, I think that really opens up the stuff.
Yeah,
I want Gavi, by the way. To be honest, if you ask me, I want Gavi, bro.
Gavi's about to sign a new contract. Unless
Real-
you're willing to pay that $1 billion buyout clause, then I'm all for it, man.
So Real had first pickings on Mbappe and Haaland and fumbled the ball. Don't start with that nonsense.
Compared to Barcelona,
That's what we're saying. If it's Man City, it's Man City, but Barca do not have anywhere near
No,
the financial
but-
power.
and then PSG is something else. That is
But Mbappe fumbled the bag,
different.
bro. I ain't
It's
gonna lie to
Mbappe
you.
fumbling the bag. Yeah.
Yeah, Mbappe fumbled the ball. Let's be real.
To be honest,
I mean,
bro,
how do you compete with a flipping oil
yeah,
country?
like
Come on.
Mbappe.
How do you compete with the
Haaland
planet?
situation is an anomaly, to be honest.
All right, so guys, I want to. For this one, I don't really want to talk specifically about.
Actually, can I ask you a question though?
Yes,
Before
sir.
you,
Yes, sir.
Di Maria, are people sleeping on Di Maria? He's a free transfer.
He's going.
Why are not more people in for him?
It's Juve. I
said
think
it.
he's going to Juve.
No,
No,
he's
but then
gonna
like if Chelsea's looking for a player,
I
bro,
think-
Di
no, no,
Maria
yes,
is a
sir.
nice
I
player.
take it.
HH, yeah.
Yes, here. I don't know if you've seen the news, but Di Maria, if Dembele leaves, he's gonna go to Barcelona. I don't know if you've seen it. He's gonna go to Barcelona.
I heard about that.
Every Barcelona outlet has pretty much said that.
How do you go from Real Madrid? I mean, I guess PSG, United,
I mean,
but
guys,
still though,
no, guys.
I
hold on.
honestly wouldn't even be that mad at him because it's not like he's gonna help this Barcelona win anything.
It's only a stopgap because
Yeah.
he said he wants to go back to
As-
Argentina.
don't sleep on Di
hold on.
Maria, though.
As a stopgap, if Barca pull up with Lewandowski and Di Maria just for a
that's
year,
nice. HH,
that's all right.
yeah.
I'm not.
For them, yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm not. That's not. There's no guarantee of a trophy because Javi is still Javi and so forth. But that's all right. As far as bowling and testing, that's all right. All right. Because I want to ask you guys about this. Sir. So, rather than talking about the transfer on this, I want to really talk more so about the player, Renato Sanches. So, guys, remember Euro 2016? Shout out to Ede who gave Cristiano life, and he was one of the stars of those Euros. And people said, boom, new star, blah, blah. Goes to Bayern, flops. I think he then landed at West Brom and everything. And then
No,
moved to
Swansea.
Didn't really do too well there. Then ended up in Lille. Was all right and so forth. But I remember Euros. Shouts to Yassier's boy, Bruno Fernandes, who was dropping disaster class after disaster class. Santos hooked him and then brought in Sanchez, and Sanchez suddenly just helped to improve the whole guys. I still feel there's a quality guy here. I don't know what happened. And here's the thing, though, which is why it's so important that you have to move to the right team. Because Milan are pretty much close to getting him. And I think this is a really good signing. Was it a case of, I'll come to Yassi first, was it a case of he was overhyped, or is it a case of, which is what I believe, he moved to the wrong team? If he had moved to the right team that suited his play style, we would now see one of the best young players in the world. So is it that he just made the wrong move?
No, 100%. Like, we're not. I with you 100%. I agree. The guy's a quality player in him. I remember, I think it was like 19 HH in 2016. He was young, and I remember because Man United was linked to this player heavily under Van Gaal. But no, is it under was it under Van Gaal? Or was it Marine? No, I think maybe it was. I don't know what it was, but Man United was linked to him, and I was so hurt when he was signed for Bayern Munich. But the problem is when he signed to Bayern Munich, he signed to Bayern Munich when the midfield was actually like littered with players. Like the guy could not get a game. And then I remember Bayern Munich loaned him out to Swansea City. Why would you go to Swansea? Why would you agree to do that? I don't know. They did terrible. Swansea is like are they even in the championship now? Who knows? They're probably in League 2. Who knows? That you don't do that. But then I like him. Like in Lille, he's been playing very, very good. He's been really good for Lille.
Right team, right face, right environment.
And it's that's I always say this, HH. In terms of a player, don't go for the I know a lot of players they cannot reject the big move, but it doesn't. I don't mind them
go to the right team. Go to the right team.
Go to the right team. Go to be level headed. There's it's always about the people you surround yourself with. But then
you can understand his angle. You're very young. You are one of the breakout stars at the Euros. Euros that you help your team win the very first major trophy, and Bayern Munich come calling. It's freaking Bayern Munich. It's like, it's wow, Bayern Munich, and that is now validation that we have arrived. I played so well. One of the biggest clubs in the world came calling, and boom. But the issue is that you can't just rush into the first big club. That's okay. What is this team? What are they about? Do they understand that I'm a very direct attacking midfielder who always likes to always move forward and so forth? So that's the thing. I mean, also so now, do you think it was a case of moving to the wrong thing, or?
I think he was overhyped. He was definitely
okay.
overhyped.
I like that.
He was 18 at the time. He was moved to Bayern all of a sudden. I think it was all just a bit too much all at once. I think it really a lot of young players, if they make that big move early on, they struggle to get going right. And I think that really showed when he moved to Swansea on loan, and he still couldn't show his qualities. It really showed. It's not that he didn't have the qualities; it's that he wasn't able to show it. It's that he wasn't able to get in the mindset of a comfortable mindset of, I can do this. He failed at Bayern. He's like, he didn't have that confidence. But then a move to Lille, I think it's not a thing of the right place at the right time for him. It's more just the fact that he did move at all, like the fact that he moved from Bayern permanently to Lille, and it's less demanding. I mean, I don't know if it's less demanding, but it is a bit easier.
He won the league, Osasuna.
Right? Yeah,
he won the league.
I know. I'm talking about when he moved there, though. And when he moved there, he started. I think it was in 2019 when he moved there or something. And I remember when he was playing in the Champions League against Chelsea and Valencia and Ajax, he was actually showing good qualities. And I think it's just the fact that he moved and he got out of that Bayern atmosphere of the big club and everything, and that it was a wrong move. But at the same time, he also was overhyped because he was 18. He was 18 and he gets that big move to Bayern. Like, that usually doesn't work out. And I think a lot of his success has to do with moving to. And I think for Milan, now that he's developed, I think I really, at this point, I just trust anything Milan does because everything they do seems to be working now.
They've recruited super well.
Yeah, it's super. I think it's a very safe signing. It will work out.
Cole, what do you think about Renato Sanches, man? As a talent.
Yeah, HH, we all have to remember that Bayern team in 2016
Who was the manager? Was that Niko Kovac or was that Ancelotti?
had
I think it was
Kovac.
Was it Pep as well?
I believe
he was during
Ancelotti.
Ancelotti.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Ancelotti. So yeah, they had a lot of they had some guy from US. His name is Jordan Green. He was also a midfielder. So they had a stacked midfield squad around that time. And it's kind of really hard, especially when you have someone like a Xabi Alonso who's world class. You cannot sit Xabi Alonso down. You can't sit the likes of Thiago, Arturo Vidal down.
Oh no, but it's not only that, because I remember in the games when he played, he just wasn't as effective. Because you can have all those guys in there, but when he actually got his opportunity, he just didn't play well, and he just didn't really fit.
Yeah, I think his confidence was low. I think that was the problem with him. His confidence was low, and I think it made sense for us to loan him to Swansea because we thought that maybe if he kind of rekindles that confidence, then he could come back and maybe play far for Bayern, but it didn't really pan out, so Bayern had to sell him to Lille. And now he's kind of regaining his confidence. I think for Milan, this is a good one in terms of replacement for Kessie. Kessie left AC Milan, and I think he's going to be a huge miss for them. And I think what Milan is looking for is that type of center midfielder who can play box to box, and I think he's
attack from the midfield. No, it's a good signing for Milan. It's a good signing for Milan.
Yeah.
It's a very good signing.
Yeah.
Ricardo, what do you think about Renato Sanches?
I always thought Renato, when he first came out of Benfica, I believe it was, he was a very good talent. Like I thought when he signed to Bayern Munich, he was gonna be like that kind of that next generation of a great midfielder. I don't think he was overrated. I think over the years, because him going from Bayern to Swansea was kind of a bit of a weird move. And then obviously he went to Lille, was pretty successful there. Now he's going to Milan. I just think that for a Renato Sanches, I've always viewed him a player like he's always good in like mid-tier clubs, but when it comes to the bright lights of like Bayern Munich, it didn't work out. Because I find it hard to believe that if you sign for Bayern Munich, you're not a profile that doesn't fit them because their scouting is typically very good, right? So maybe wearing that jersey was a bit much for him at that age. But given the years, if he's to go to Milan and he doesn't work out there, then I think that would validate my opinion of him. But based on like what what Osasuna said, that everything that Milan touches right now just turns into gold. I think it's a good chance for him. I think it's a very good chance for him. We'll see what happens with that.
Also, I want to say that international football as well is just not at the level of club level, and him starring at international level doesn't mean that he would star at club level.
No. For me, I hate when I say it's different. They say it's of a different level. No, I just say it's different. It's a different kind of a game. International and club is a different. I don't think one is higher or lower than the other. How you approach international football and club football, it's just a different kind of a game that you're playing. So before we go, Zeman, you're here. Zeman, talk about Renato Sanches and so forth. He's moving to AC Milan. Do you still think he's that good? Do you think he was overhyped as a player? Did he make the wrong move after saying what's up at the Euros?
No, I think let's just cut to the chase, man. This guy wasn't good enough. It is what it is. Like some people, let's be honest, some people aren't made for the bright lights. Some people aren't made for that. Some people aren't. They're probably not ready for that as well.
Harsh.
When you're a young age, the football is harsh, man. When you're a young age and you're coming into Bayern Munich and you're not necessarily, impressing as much as you were in the Euros, he probably took a step too far. It was probably best for him to develop before making that big move. And in some cases, you probably don't get a big move like that again. So in that sense, I get it. So I just feel like there are those players that you look at them and they might have been good internationally, but there's just those cases where they just don't necessarily suit those going to a club, an institution like that's huge, where the expectation is going to be on you, where everyone's going to be watching every move you make. And there's a lot of players that fit that mold. Like I don't want to start off with a hot take. I was about to mention someone that's near and dear to HH. I was about to
say his name.
Don't you dare mention Mr. Turbo.
Hakim Ziyech.
No. It's not even that. It's William Carvalho, man. I think that guy's one of those type of players where he's afraid to take that step forward in terms of a big institution, and he probably suits a surrounding like that, a Real Betis. But there are just those players that you just look at, you think to yourself, man, you have an incredible talent, but does that necessarily mean it's going to translate?
Declan Rice.
Is it going to translate to a team that's competing? That's always the problem with some youngsters. Like, you never know if they have the ability to cope with that mentally. It's not a matter of talent. It's a matter of just mentality. And then that's always been a question with him as a player, because he kept getting loaned out. He wasn't fitting in Bayern Munich, but he found himself in the French league, and he's been performing well. And maybe right now he's ready, but it just happens. Some players aren't made for big clubs, for big institutions.
All right, so let me.
So does James James Rodriguez, does he fall into that bracket as well?
Bro, didn't the guys? I think he put up like 3 or 4 goals for like a club in Qatar.
I think with James it was more so his position just became obsolete.
It's obsolete.
And he wasn't an exception, because like if we think about it, I mean Ozil, he kind of had he did have a better career than James, but I think but like we say his position is obsolete, but we look at PSG and even at Barcelona, like Neymar and Messi, they kind of still do play that same role, but I guess because they're exceptions, they
don't even play that role, because it's not that center attacking midfield that they play. They play
it's not traditional. Yeah, not traditional, but that's where they roam. Is what
Let me get some doubts. So your boy said, yes, how is this looking for Timber and Nunez? Yes, are you guys really twerking for?
Bro, I have
no. Shout out to your boy, Zeman. So Yasir, while you're here, let me just show you what my guy showed me, bro. This is what Zeman showed me.
So yeah, I'm just here to get tortured, huh? That's it.
Come on, bro. It happens to everyone, man. A
Cause
little
you're
fire
twerking for your
does
boy.
good.
So these are the stats for this guy that you're twerking for, who's supposed to be like the next great striker for United. So this is what Zeman sends me. That's Darwin Nunez. Scouting report on Darwin Nunez. That's the guy that you're twerking for, you know.
Actually,
So,
I really don't rate him like that though.
why are you twerking for him?
But it's not me. It's not B. It's your boy over in the other. You know, your boy T Dog. T Dog, man.
TF, man. TF, baby.
Yeah, because for me, it's like I don't mind Darwin Nunes, but for the money they're asking for, it's like
It's overrated.
It's crazy.
It's a disgrace.
Giving me Darwin Nunes for 40 million. We talk. Bro, they talk about 100 HH.
Excuse me?
Mil. Yeah.
I thought it was 80.
80. It keeps going up all the time. It keeps going up. It was 60. Now it's 80.
Hey,
man.
Yasir, would you do a swap deal for Sancho and Asensio?
Wow.
Okay. HH, go on to the next up, please.
HH. Actually, the Nunes deal. My problem with him is, let's be honest, this guy, he isn't great at linking. I mean, his pass completion is 1 percentile compared to other strikers. Like this guy,
Bro,
this
his
guy
assists-
isn't. Yeah, this guy
He's
isn't
not
that
that
good. I mean, I'm sure YouTube clips make him look good, but after watching him on the eye test of his
Nah,
game,
nah,
I just said, this guy isn't it, and then he's not. That's why I think he does well in transitions. He'll be
Wait.
good for
Juju
Liverpool,
man
bro.
race him
Hold on,
though
let me get-
because
so-
he's not ugly.
So before I say, can we get to a room? Yeah, no. I maybe we'll do a video and I'll show you around the rafters.
Oh,
The
yeah,
chairs
yeah,
are building
yeah.
up. I mean, because basically, I get them from eBay, and because there was one I really wanted, but I lost the bidding thing. But most of them I get them from because look. I want because I have to put the right price. Because look, I've got cash, but hence why your dubs help me to put this off on the rafters. There's a Roberto Carlos one and a Serie one I wanted. We're looking at like £170, nearly £200. I was like, what? I was like, that's insane. But I really basically the ones I'm trying to find a good price for is Roberto Carlos, Real Madrid, Seedorf. Is now I'm going to look back and going for that Kluivert Ajax. That Kluivert Ajax, I may go back in for that one, you know. And Osasuna. I told you, name your price for that Robin Dutch.
Bro, I don't even know where it is. I told you. It's probably somewhere in the Netherlands, like in a box. One of my boxes.
Because that's what I want. That's Robin, like the kind of darkish blue away from 2014. I need that.
Nah, that was nice. HH. That was a nice one.
What about a Dembele this year jersey, man? You should add that to your collection as well, man.
Look. Actually, no, real quick here. Your most valuable jersey. And then we'll get out of here. Most valuable jersey you guys own.
Like, you mean sentimental or like monetary value?
Sentimental.
One
that you would bite someone's nose off if anything was touched.
I have a Ronaldinho. Oh, I can't remember. Is it the 06 one? I think I'll punch somebody in their freaking nose if they touched it.
My dad was very good at collecting jerseys. Like I there's like one of the first clubs that I knew about was Newcastle because my dad had like an old Newcastle jersey out of nowhere. But my dad had this amazing and this is one of my favorite jerseys, bro, the AC Milan Dino jersey. Oh my god. AC Milan Dino jersey is nice. That is nice.
No, I think for me, bro. That Ronaldo Inter Milan jersey. No, the two ones for me where I would literally beat you up if you touched it. Ronaldo Inter Milan, and the Brazil '94 jersey. The Brazil '94 jersey is from 1994 because my older brother basically gave it because it was my older brother who had it, and then said, "Okay, here," because it was too small for him, so he basically gave it to me. So it is literally from 1994. So no matter if I put it out, it's from 1994. So that freaking jersey. That is probably that is my most valuable jersey, the Brazil '94 jersey, because it's from 1994.
Actually, next time you like handle it, wear gloves, man.
Yeah, I mean it's solid because I've played in it, I've done something. So, cool. What about you? What's your most valuable?
Well, whose name is on the back?
No. There's no name.
Oh,
no name.
I thought you dishonored somebody's name.
Yeah, no name. So, why, Cole? Who's your?
For me, I'll go for the 2002 Sami Kufuor jersey.
Sami-
That's the
Bro,
one that I'm
do
going for.
you know whenever you say Sami Kufuor, all I remember is 99 UCL final.
Right,
When
yeah.
United scored
When
the
he
second goal,
bottled it.
and he'll be like banging down on the thing and so
Oh
forth.
God,
Yeah.
HH.
That guy was
I cried.
I
Actually-
do have a.
so sorry, Austin, what are you saying?
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, I have two shirts. I obviously have my Robin shirt, but I don't really hold that close to my heart because I'm not a big Robin guy.
Hates it.
But bro, he literally cost my team the World Cup. How if
doping.
your striker missed two
Casillas dopes.
1v1s,
I know,
if
I
your
know, he
striker
dopes.
missed two 1v1s in the
I know
final of a
Casillas
World
dopes.
Cup,
I know, I get
you
it.
would never forgive him
Casillas
either.
dopes. I know, I get it. Casillas
But-
dopes. Yes.
It's like the two that I have are it's gonna sound cheesy, but my Cristiano jersey of 14-15 I hold very, very close to me because that's the season that I really started watching Real Madrid like completely every match, and I don't think I've ever seen a season like Cristiano had that season. Like I don't think I've ever seen to what he did.
Also,
Even if he went trophyless.
I have at my house. There's like sometimes where I wear it's like the purple one. It's like a Cristiano 2017. The purple jersey, the one they wore in the final.
Oh, that's final.
Yes, the final
what?
that you didn't do a.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that jersey. I do like that
Yeah.
jersey. Because Simon, what about you? Your most valuable
Yeah.
jersey, Simon.
But no, I do have a
Oh, sorry,
second
sorry,
one.
sorry.
The one that I keep most dear to my heart because I wore it almost every day in training when I went to football training is a Luke de Jong PSV shirt.
Oh my God, really?
Oh,
I'm actually not joking. I'm actually not joking when I say that. Like I did wear that shirt almost every day to training when I was middle and high school.
If you're a PSV guy, you're a PSV guy. Simon, what about you? Your most valuable one? Is PSV.
It was the Mexico jersey for Rafael Marquez, number 4. And it was bro. I think he's underrated in terms of Barcelona lore.
No.
That guy
So
was
do you know on that point? Do you know that they compared to goalkeeper jersey? Do you know like, jersey I need? Now, you
the
guys-
Mexican goalkeeper, yeah.
One of them is Okocha.
Bro.
That guy.
No. Ivan Campos
Ochoa,
94
yeah.
World Cup jersey. That is go look it up. 94 World Cup jersey for Ivan Campos, the keeper. One of the most beautiful looking jerseys you'll ever see. And I need that. I almost saw it, but I think it was overpriced.
Yeah.
I need that jersey. That is the jersey I'm looking for. That's Ivan Campos.
It's
If anybody can find me for a good price, Ivan Campos 94 goalkeeper jersey, please. So Zima, talk to me.
Yeah, it's also do you remember that Messi number 19? It's an away jersey for 2006 and 7. So it was that 19 with that blue, that dark blue. Yeah, it's that jersey.
Ooh, Zima.
Wait. Was that Barca or
No, Argentina.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that blue. Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't that 06?
No, yeah, it was 06 and 7.
06,
yeah.
yes. That's a good one. All right, let's take this. No, you recorded. He told us it was
Oh yeah, the Ronaldinho.
the
Yeah.
Ronaldinho jersey. Say he'll
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
someone's off. Lawrence, guys just about to set up my Xbox Series X. Ooh, so you found one. I still need to find my PS5, but I need a GTA on PS5. Not that bombers GTA 5. David C says, bro, if anyone should speak about twerking, talking about Bale being the best Welsh player ever, man netted against Fishermen and Army drafted Dodge. David C, don't stop it. He completed Dodge. Zima, that's not funny. He completed Dodge. Stop it. He completed Dodge. David C,
It's not
go
true,
back to
it's
United.
funny,
No,
man.
David C,
It's
you
funny,
hater.
David.
Go back to United, support United. Go back to United, hater.
David
Yeah.
T, you're top 3 of my favorite Real Madrid fans. Man.
Does somebody know where to get Maradona? I found it on eBay. Like, so if you go to eBay and it was for a good price, I think it was like 40 or 45 pounds. It was not that expensive. So I went to eBay and I found it. And it is pretty good quality.
Did you hear about the famous 86 jersey that got sold? It sold for $7 million. The actual authentic Maradona against England game. That jersey.
Oh, the hand of God?
Yeah, the hand of God and goal of the century jersey.
Wow.
Wait, who bought it?
I don't know, some rich motherfucker.
God, bro.
Rich
$7
people
million.
always have
Bro, but come on. that is a jersey that's where a guy scored 2 of the most infamous and famous goals of all time.
And it was 7 million, I think, British pounds or euros. So it wasn't even
God
American
damn,
dollars.
7 million. That's crazy. Casey, Robin Miss versus Yakubu. Yakubu, bro.
I've seen the video. H, I seen your video and your analysis on it. H is one of my favorite videos.
It's hilarious.
Yes, you're sick. It's what
No,
you,
it's
excuse
like
me.
he plays the before, and then he doesn't actually play the goal until there are like 2 minutes left because he just doesn't want to see.
You know that's impossible to miss. It takes more technique
so
to miss
much,
than score
Yeah.
that.
and then
Zeman.
finally, and then he does it.
Ziman, if I saw Yakubu on the streets, let me not say what I'll do to the guy, man. QC8, Mario Götze is at PSV, World Cup winning G, wasted talent. Oh yeah, for sure. Huge wasted talent. Massive for
Yeah.
sure.
You know what we call that in my
And he's
culture? That's
breaking it
evil
for us.
eye.
I mean, he's not breaking it, but he's not
That's
playing
evil
that
eye,
great for us
HH.
either.
Evil. Okay, so your boy
Yeah.
Rafael says, I have a 0102 United Centenary reversible shirt.
Ooh.
Wait, what was that jersey? Was that, what do you mean by
The white.
reversible?
Is it the white? No, that's
Reversible means
not.
that you can wear it inside
Actually, you know
out.
what? No, do you know United jersey? I like 2 United jerseys. United's black away kits that had like yellow lettering that's Cantona wore,
Yeah.
and the treble jersey 1997 that had the collar. That was nice.
Oh,
The
yeah.
one with the collar, that was nice. That was nice.
Wait, do you like collared jerseys or non-collared jerseys?
Bro,
It depends on how they do it. Like basically, if you that's 98, 99 jersey that United had is really good. But do you know the jersey I really liked was when Roma and Italy did the tight fit jersey. The really tight fit.
oh yeah.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I like
Bro,
that. That was
No, but I'm
Bro,
saying
they
generally
need a-
speaking. Generally
I
speaking,
need to get a Totti jersey. I need a Totti jersey.
Yeah, for
I need
sure.
a Totti
Totti, man. Home
HH,
jersey.
a question. What's your favorite Chelsea jersey?
they're all shit.
No. Shut up. No, it's not the one that I have, which is the black away kit.
Zola.
No.
Before Bram.
No. This was during basically it's like the black Fly Emirates black with
Yes.
white things.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no. I have it basically like, and it's because when this guy, when I went to watch Chelsea against Fulham, we went to the mega store, got it printed my name on it and so forth. It was black away.
Oh, why
So,
would you
yeah.
do that? Why would you-
They said half help on it, or
Yeah,
just
wait,
No.
Sebastian. Sebastian.
They put
It's
Hulk, they put Hulk.
my white name. I've got a white name. I've got a Nigerian name. It's my
Hulk,
white
it's a
name.
Hulk. What number
So
did
which
you
one
use?
is Sebastian then?
Oh, it was number. I don't know why. It was number 9. I don't know why I had number 9. It was stupid.
So it says Hope 9 on the back.
Yeah, what is
Just to correct you, it was 2000 and 2001 when Bayern won the Champions, not 02. Sorry, that Bayern jersey.
Wait, 2000, 2001.
Yeah, where Simon Kufuor won the Champions League. That's
Yes.
after they lost United in '98.
Yeah, where you beat Valencia on penalties.
Penalties, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Man,
Valencia are a bunch of bricks losing.
Bro,
I know.
they need
twice
they
in a
need to
row.
bring back baggy jerseys, man. I'm tired of
Yeah.
those skinny jerseys. I'm tired of those, man. I'm tired of those jerseys that stick to you. It look weird.
Did not show how the Sanches was baggy jerseys with chains. You know when they used to allow guys to wear like jewelry, and guys would have like this massive chain with huge baggy jerseys. Baggy jerseys. were
No,
crazy.
it hits different.
Well, your boy yourself. Who remembers Dino yellow Barca shirts? Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about that
Chelsea played Barca when
2006?
Barca wore yellow.
Yeah. I think we did. Are you talking about because we played against you guys when we were wearing brown?
Yeah.
But
No, he's
But they
talking
also
about
played
the-
when you played yellow, where like Messi was messed us up.
No, that
Yeah.
was the one when Iniesta scored top bins, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about that one, the 09. You're talking about the 09.
Elsie. I want Cruyff, Ajax, and Barca jersey. Yeah, that would be tough to get. That would be tough to get, man.
How do you find that? Like, that's crazy. Like,
That'd be
I guess
tough.
if you could find Maradona,
No,
but
it's like getting like authentic jerseys. There's no point. You can't afford it. Prediction: Newcastle takeover is going to fail. Saudis are horrible with their money inside their own. They're going to flop harder than the PSG takeover. No.
I mean, so far they made very, very reasonable signings.
They will. I think they will do well. Okay, so guys, we're gonna be out. So this is the last dub, and we'll get out here. So last dub, guys. Z-Man is a clown for not showing his face. Our clan.
this is Zeke.
I gotta
Our
beef
clan.
with that clan, man. I gotta beef with that clan.
So guys, I'm gonna be on Twitch to do a Twitch Q&A. So we're gonna do a Q&A on Twitch after. So join me on Twitch for a Q&A. You guys could come in and ask questions. But
hey,
guys,
why don't you ever play games, man? You play like
No, he divorced FIFA, bro.
Ricardo, here's the thing. I'm not. I'm not a gamer. I just play particular. Like I told you, I just finished Zelda Breath of the Wild. Woo! Amazing game. But yeah, like
you should do
I'm now
some,
going
What
I'm
about-
going to Uncharted 4.
you should
Because
do
basically I need to do Uncharted 4 and Last of Us.
you
the
should
first
do
one.
you should do IRL football videos, man. We need to see the technique, man. I'm telling you.
No. I don't no. Ask
There's one of them
ask
taking
Yasia
photos.
Come to
and
London
Zima.
for a pickup game.
No. Look, see, yes, is it? We might bring it back, but I need to just recover from just the
Oh,
mental
you need to bring it
abuse.
back, man. That club is needed, man.
Bro,
That club is needed.
the amounts of mental. Do you know there were times when like I would actually sleep like angry because I was like, no, why is this game making me so angry? And so I was like, you know what, I need to just release the stress. But look, I will do it. So
we need
guys,
a crossbar challenge, man.
relax, man. Man, screw you, man. Screw you. Yes says HH, my fifth Chelsea shirt is owner in 2010, pure elegance. What was that one? 2010.
You know which one I like? The Chelsea
It's
jersey. I
the
like?
white and blue. Alex was there.
Yeah. Where we lost to
I like
Inter.
I like the
It's just one-
2012, 2013 one, the blue and gold one.
Oh yes.
That was nice.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. Like the Barca jerseys, I know this is more recent, but the 2011 jersey or the 2012 jersey,
Yeah,
bro.
2011.
I don't know the David Villa jersey, bro. That see, I'm gonna say this now.
That hits
before I leave.
hard.
That Barcelona team, for me, was supernatural. That's all I'm gonna say. HH. That's all I'm
No.
gonna say.
But what was it called? No, last thing, and then we'll get because we'll be here for ages talking
Yeah,
jerseys. Barca, when they had Figo and Rivaldo, where it was like a cross, like
yes.
that's the best Barca jersey. Where it was like that, and they had like one color here, one color there with Rivaldo and Figo. That was the best Barca jersey. Guys, peace out, and I will see you on Twitch for a one-hour thing, and I'll see you tomorrow where we have a Chelsea roundtable where it's gonna be full on Chelsea transfer.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait!
We'll see you on Thursday then.
Later.
I can't wait.